yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski. Welcome to my Pokedex Complete. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, I know, dude, the cringe. I was trying to link someone a Patrouski video, and then the cringe long lost brother video Patrouski started talking, and I almost lost me mind as the okay, I can't give you guys any free British accent. Okay, wait a minute. We got to make that an expensive adventure. What's up, fellas? I'm feeling really good today. Miro, happy to see you. What's up, dude? Hopefully your streams have gone well. Tom on the 5 stream watch streak is literally like pretty fucking cool, not gonna lie. Over the music, I think the music has been a little too quiet the past few streams. I'm gonna try to make it a little bit louder today, but also don't want to make it too loud. That's the constant tug and pull. The same way yo mom be constantly tugging and pull. I'm sorry. Anyways, we actually do have important news today, so I shouldn't be making bad dumb jokes. First things first, let me prep this alpha catch a little bit. Oh, it's okay. The Persian woke up. There's an alpha Persian that might still be in Kanto for like a few more minutes if you guys want to go check it out. If you're interested in the alpha Persian catch, Route 5 in Kanto. All right. There is some really big news today. Like, legitimately, like, okay, let me get the good music on. The fucking lay epic Fire and Thunder. Here we go, boys. CJ Beards, the king, the classic, the legend himself. Early today. I try to go early whenever, if I'm up early. I go live, or I like to think I go live early a lot nowadays, honestly. I've even thought about pushing my go live schedule back to like 11 a.m. But I don't know if I can consistently be up at that time is the problem. But, you know, if I'm kind of up early, I go live early, and then I kind of just try to stream for as long as possible, you know, that sort of thing. You're too sweet, Chloe. I mean, I'm going, I don't know if going live, I love that you're being very nice. I do love that going live at 11 a.m. is like such strong work ethic for a gamer. Like, oh my god, he's starting work at 11 a.m. What a blue collar king. Like so fucked up. All the homies out there waking up at like 5:30 a.m. getting in their trucks to go to construction at 6 a.m. Like, holy dude. Holy, it's so fucked up. Anyways, we're here to appreciate what we do have, boys. Good morning, fellas. It is a beautiful day to be a PokeMMO player. How are we doing today? First things first, I gotta give you guys a trigger warning, okay? If you are afraid of seeing the coolest breakfast known to man, close your eyes, okay? I'm starting my day with, as any champion should, with a white monster and a Slim Jim, eating like I'm 16 years old, playing PokeMMO. Who fucking gives a shit? I'm happy. I'm having fun. I'm playing video games. I'm chasing the dreams. How are we doing today, fellas? Let's get into our actual news. Let's get into what we're talking about. Let's get into what's going on in the Pokemon community, because I reached out to the PokeMMO staff yesterday. I reached out to them and they responded. I will get to that in a quick sec. There is some pretty exciting news that I'm really excited about. They didn't reveal too much, which I understood. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. I don't want to tease it too much. We will get to it, okay? First things first, my schedule. I want to go over it one more time or a few more times very quickly. My schedule for this upcoming until event season is a little bit different. I will be streaming on the 20th, the 21st, hey, that's today, the 22nd, the 23rd, and then I'll be off Friday as per normal, doing videos and other things, do other work. And on the 25th, I will be streaming a fashion contest. There is a scheduled stream for that over on my channel. If you'd like to go check that out and see, like, basically show up, have a really cool outfit in game, take time to build a beautiful outfit in PokeMMO, build a cool fit, have some drip, go flex it on stream, and possibly even win prizes. And then on the 27th, the 20th, and the 29th, I will not be live. I'm usually live Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET, but I will not be live those days to take time off, take a mandatory break before event season, because event season is going to be crazy. And then I will maybe be live on the 30th at night in case there's a chance that the Halloween event drops that night, and then I will maybe be live on the 31st, or probably will definitely be live on the 31st. So I will definitely be live on the 31st celebrating the hopefully launch of the Halloween event, and it might even drop a day early. We never really know. You gotta have to just be aware, be on top of things, and keep an eye out. So I'll probably stream the 30th as well. We'll have to, yeah, your schedule reminds me of the second grade lunch calendars. I take great pride in that compliment. I really, you know, we have a very high quality stream around here, and I ironically did put effort into it, but that's why it's funny, okay? And then next up, I wanted to congratulate Jay Oryx, who got his first shiny in PokeMMO. He was Amulet coin farming, pretty newish player, it seems. Newish player, was Amulet coin farming, and got himself a shiny Ponyta, and then 19 minutes later, it was either Ponyta then Meowth or vice versa. 19 minutes later, got himself his second shiny. So this guy got his first shiny in PokeMMO, and then got his second shiny only a few minutes, only 20 minutes apart. If we can see, I wish I could zoom in better, actually. Let's see if I can zoom in to see how many encounters. I think the Meowth says like 95, which is insane. The Meowth's at 95 encounters, and the Ponyta is at like 4,000-ish. Kind of a blurry picture, so my apologies. But just congratulations to that guy. It's always cool to see new players get their first shiny. Your first shiny is such a different feeling than every other shiny after that. So congratulations to him. Very, very cool thing to see. And then next up, we have our typical stream intro stuff, our catch events, our news, our forum post. Let's go ahead and jump into that. We do it live. Let me get it all organized. Boom, boom, boom. First things first. Beep, beep. This is the Duo catch event coming up on the Wednesday, 22nd of October at 1 p.m. ET. That is at Route 18 in Kanto. You have Dodrios +5, Doduos +2, Rattatas -2, and Eradicatus -5. Nature bonuses +5 for Jolly, -3 for Naughty. Shiny Doduo is up for grabs. This event's tomorrow or today. If you're watching the stream recap, this is today. So it might even be like the stream recaps go live at 8 a.m. This is at 1 p.m. You know, my time zone. It's really, really close probably to the... You might be able to come catch me live right now doing this event if you're watching the recap. And if you're watching me live, you can see me doing this tomorrow. Next up is the Is That a Pheno catch event. This is the Amalga. This is like the weird catch event where, like, if a Pheno happens during this event, you have a +20. You have like a really, really much better catch, if that makes sense. So it's at 10 a.m. ET. I probably won't be able to make this one. It's also on Saturday. Lost Lorn Forest Unova. Imalga is +20, but it's a Pheno-only Pokemon, so you have to see a shaking tile of grass, and then you can catch it. Swadloon's +5, Cottony +2, Venipede -5, Nature bonuses +5 for Timid, +5 for Jolly, -5 Adamant, -5 Modest, and there is a gift Imalga up for grabs. Next up, the Escaping C-Dot Prison catch event on Sunday the 26th of October at 1 p.m. ET, Route 102 in Hoenn. C-Dot, Ralts, Surskit, Lotad are your catchable Pokemon, with your nature bonuses all being +3 for Mild, Lonely, Naughty, and Rash. And there is a shiny C-Dot up for grabs. Really good shiny. I would love one of these at one point on either of my accounts. Really, 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 really good shiny. Next up, a new catch event just posted 50 minutes ago. Very, very new catch event just posted on Tuesday, the 28th of October at 3 p.m. ET, Route 1 in Unova. Really, really good beginner catch event. These are always fantastic beginner catch events when they're on these early routes. Scraggy, Lillipup, Herdier, Patrat, Watchog, and Basculin are your catchable Pokemon. Scraggy being the +3, Basculin being the -3. Nature bonuses are +3 for Timid, Adamant, and Modest. And then your prizes are a gift, Snivy, Tepid, or Oshawott. You could technically, like, start a new account or play a new thing in, how do I describe this? In Unova on Route 1, right? Go play this catch event and then potentially win a like 6x31 starter to play your storyline with. It's unlikely. You'd have to have like enough Pokeballs in the early game, but it's a lot of fun. It's really cool to see. I love these early game catch events. They're amazing for players. Yes, Cav in chat. Nice to see you. Haven't been a while. Nice to see you. Hopefully players are returning for the Halloween event, dude. Coming up, man. 10 days now is the countdown until the Halloween event, most likely. 9 or 10 days ish. Hopefully. You never know for sure. Next up, Saturday, the October 24th. Thank you for the sub. That's what happens, Frigid Husky. Thank you so much, man. Saturday, October 24th at 1600 Beijing. These are the Chinese catch events and Beijing time zone catch events. These are really important for Australian players, anybody on a non-normal schedule, anybody who lives in China, anything like that. Even though this time zone works better for you, hell yeah, I want to shout these out. They're hard to find in the forums. 1600 Beijing time. Route 6 in Unova, you have Carablast is the only Pokemon you are catching. You have a chance to win a shiny Carablast or an Escavalier. That is once again on October 24th, Saturday, in a few days or so. Next up, the Fanpy catch event, also Beijing, October 25th, Saturday, 1600 Beijing time at the Hoenn Safari Zone. Only catching Fanpy is the only Pokemon, and there is a chance to win a shiny Fanpy. Shiny Dawnfan's pretty cool in my opinion. And once again, here's the Chinese catch events. I try to translate. This is them untranslated. I have to go through. I have to translate all of these via Google Chrome. And it helps me sort through these posts. It's a bit of work, but I like doing it. And I hopefully, a lot of people complain about not being able to make Western world catch events because the time zone does not work for them. So I'm hoping that that other very different time zone can work for some of you guys. Next up, the Vanity suggestion thread, something I have fallen in love with. We are on page 100. Yeah, just simply learn Chinese. Thankfully, we live in an era where we have Google Chrome Translate. Don't have to, learn a whole new language just to participate in other world activities. Beautiful thing, if you ask me. Next up, Vanity suggestion thread. Okay, some of these are really old posts, but this is like from 2023, for example. This is from, I believe, a Chinese staff member. He often posts on Chinese stuff, not to like pigeonhole him. It's just what I know him as, right? Now he says add a hat to the maid outfit. I couldn't, dude. Why not, man? I think a lot of people agree with this. We do kind of need more vanities in PokeMMO. I think we need a lot more variety in PokeMMO, and I would love to see more hairstyles. We have a lot, honestly, of like hats and bodies and like certain things. We don't really have enough shoes, pants, glove slots. Not a whole lot of glove slots. What else? Mounts. We don't have a whole lot. Like, I would love to see more vanities puffed out and built out in different areas. That's something I would love to see explored, or even like separating vanities into different categories a bit better. Like one of the infamous ones is let me show this really quick. I can't show, I don't have them on this count, but the Vampire Fangs, one of my favorite vanities. The Vampire Fangs count as a hat vanity, so you can't wear Vampire Fangs and a hat. That's a huge problem for like any sort of style, so there's certain vanities that overlap. I feel like the Vampire Fangs should be a face vanity. I think there's a fair bit of hat vanities that should be turned into face vanities, in my opinion. And that would make like the red Oni mask. I can't wear the red Oni mask and the teddy bear ears, right? I think that'd be a really cute combo. It'd be really funny. Like the be my angle or be my devil, right? The meme, right? Like be my teddy bear or my Oni mask. I don't know, dude. There's more potential. I wish we had more flexibility with our vanities, and I think that's what we could work on here in the future. Some of the devs have kind of continued to show that they want to work on, in my opinion. Next up, this is one of my favorite suggestions here. I don't even know if it's a good suggestion, but I just really like it. This is really cute, in my opinion. He suggests the idea of damaged cosmetics, and maybe it's just because these two ones look so fucking sick. I don't know how this would work. I don't know if I don't think your vanities should just get damaged over time, because a lot of people probably don't want their vanities to be damaged. But this skull being cracked the way it is, even this, like, I actually, maybe it's just this guy did such a good job with the pixel art that I'm biased. I think this looks amazing. I literally love the way this looks so much. I think maybe I'm just alone in that thought process, but I think this looks so freaking sick. So I wanted to shout it out. Really, really cool. And then, dude, the Clodsire hat. Who could be against this? A really cool Pokemon. Clodsire. What a G. What a cool guy. Very, very cool. And then our own barrels, bro. Huge stretch back in 2023. I've never seen this. I've never seen this suggestion. Plague Doctor Flask. Also, I love that it rhymes with the Plague Doctor Mask. Also, like, this is a great, how many people want some sort of mad scientist look in PokeMMO? I think there's not really a great backslot item for that I can think of off the top of my head. I think a flask like this on the back would be amazing. I think this is a perfect, like, this is a sick vanity for so many different styles. You could be a mad scientist, you could be a nice scientist. That's it. No, but I think this is awesome. I think this looks sick. You could role play as like fucking Singe from League of Legends. I don't know why you'd want to do that, because League of Legends KW. But like, I think it's a great vanity is what I'm trying to say. It's a really great vanity. And next up, the GOAT returns once again. More hairstyles is something I constantly talk about. I really want more hairstyles, and I don't care what they are. I literally don't care at this point. We need more hairstyles in PokeMMO. There are way too few. Cake hats while we're at it. Why not? There's so many. This guy does amazing pixel art. I would love to see PokeMMO hire a few more artists. This was a popular post. Umbreon hat and Espeon hat. I'm not a huge evolution guy. I don't really care. No disrespect, it's just personal preference. I don't really care for these personally, but if people like them, Adam, it's one of the, if people like them, Adam, I don't care, no skin off my back type beat. Next up, Best Friends, the classic, the legend of PokeMMO, recommends, hey, there was that recent Ghostly Lantern. What if we had a similar Vanity something like a chandelier candelabra. He recommends a hat. I don't even know if it's gonna be really goofy as a hat, which I do love goofy vanities. I'm not even sure if this needs to be a hat or just a separate glove slot vanity. I love the idea of a candelabra chandelier like type. This is a great idea in my opinion. Great idea for a vanity. And maybe this is some sort of slime hat. I can't really tell what this is. I think that's what this is, right? I love this. I love slime shit. I love this is sick. This is a nice little gloopy boy on the head. Why not, dude? It's crazy. There's so many really cool suggestions. Years and years. I could talk about, I don't know, it's been too much time. I was talking about it forever. There's so many cool suggestions, man. So many cool suggestions that have just never been brought to light, never really been shown to the public. Like, this suggestion has 4 likes for reference, the mate hat. This has like 6, like, so few eyes on Clodsire got some love. I think people put a lot of work and effort and beauty into these pixel arts. There's a lot of really cool ideas that complete into PokeMMO. I've been really enjoying going through the Vanity suggestion thread. Let me know if you guys have been enjoying it as well, or you're kind of bored of it. Let me know. I can honestly do it half days on the stream recaps, etc., etc. So, but next up, we can stop teasing it, fellas. I think next up is time for our big developer feedback, our big news. We gotta do a separate clip for it, fellas. 1 sec. Hopefully no stream crash. Cross your fingers. I'm gonna did a bite of Slim Jim in the meantime, in the in-between period. Nom 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 nom. No F, thank you. Dude, of course, JORs. What's up, man? Congrats to you on the shiny, dude. The 2 shinies, you know? Kalos when? I have a video if you Google everything we know about Gen 6. My nose, I'm getting a little stuffy today. That cold weather. I like it, dude. Okay. Yeah, Kalos tomorrow. Unironically, if you're looking for Kalos news, that video is your best resource that I'm aware of. Straight Slim Jim, no pep and ched. So also, bro, the reason why I'm eating Slim, people might be asking. Everybody's wondering. Everybody's asking me, why are you eating Slim Jims, Patrouski? Bro, there was a deal at the Dollar Tree. These were expiring, and I love eating expired food. I got a whole 24 pack for $6. They were these are like usually $1 a Slim Jim, which is who's paying that? That's criminal. They were 25 cents. These were 25 cents. That's like you can't even get the small ones anymore for 25 cents. This was 25. I got 24 of these for fucking 25 cents. How many protein per stick? It's 6. It's not that good. It's 6 grams of protein for 130 calories, which is like not a it's not good. You really want I aim to be on like, if I'm protein maxing, I aim to be on like 10 grams of protein, or 1 gram of protein per 10 calories. So like yogurt is like 80 calories for like 70 grams of protein. Is that right? Yeah, something like that. I think that's the math. Or no, is it 80 calories for 7 grams of protein? That makes more. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So I am sodium maxing. Yeah, price per protein might be pretty good. Now, all I gotta do now is go to the gym. That's the next. That's the next step. Okay. Dude, that's crazy. I've always seen those, Katana. I've never had one, to be honest with you. I see them all the time. The Big Mama sausages. Okay, anyways. Hey, yo mamas. Anyways. Anyways. God damn it. Dag nabbit Persian. Stalling turned in this alpha fight. Stalling. Okay, I'm done stalling content. Fuck it. Okay. All right. Many of you may know that I recently reached out to Rach, one of the head devs of PokeMMO. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I reached out to them as respectfully as possible. And that's really important when trying to get information, when trying to talk to people, just being nice to people, right? Hey, I know you guys are swamped right now. You're preparing for the Halloween event. I can only imagine. But after, like, I try to like tease them, like after all the deadlines, after the temporary incubator stuff, after talking about VGC back in April and saying it was coming in the next few months, and then getting no news, and then after teasing a new Shiny method, they basically teased a lot of stuff this year, and a lot of it never came to fruition. And I think, understandably, the community is frustrated. I think that's so, like, why would you not be, right? Understandably, the community is frustrated. And I was like, hey, I love you guys. I love your work. I want to present you. I want people to be. I want to humanize you, and let people know, like, you're not just sitting at home memeing around. You're home hard at work. The problem is that game development is hard, and that things pop up, and you never know what's going to happen. And I've always said the number one thing that we need in PokeMMO is developer communication. So I asked, as politely as possible, can you guys give us a priority list of what you're working on, or any sort of information on what's happening on the developer side of PokeMMO? And I actually got a response. And this does not happen very often. It's very rare. It's infamously difficult to get information out of the PokeMMO devs. They're very secretive for understandable reasons and a lot of ways. Rach says, sorry for the late response. Happy spooky season. I wasn't confident in answering this question myself, so I forwarded your message to another developer, and I hope this clears things up a bit. And then we got a response from Q. Q says, support for the doubles format changes, aka the VGC switchover, which is a different game mode that professional Pokemon and Pokemon officially uses. The doubles format changes took longer than expected, but those are in the queue for release. VGC is ready to go. It is in. That is insane news. VGC is ready to go. VGC is in the queue for release. The main, and I know I sound over dramatic, but this kind of information makes me want to cry. The devs never share stuff like this, and I feel like it leaves the players feeling frustrated. And I've always, let me just read it. The main blocker has been improvements for client performance, render stack changes, which we expect will immensely improve gameplay experience on low-end devices during high load periods, and those changes took a while to become stable. I know it sounds dumb, but I think little tech jargony like sentences like that make so many people be like, oh, they're working on stuff. Got it. So many people just don't know. Like, a lot of people don't have the, I don't know, whatever it is, right? Empathy or whatever it is to like understand, like, developing is hard. And to be fair, it's hard to just trust when there's no communication. So for them to, I've been asking forever, just communicate. Hey, we ran into a problem. This is the problem. That's why it's taking a little bit longer. Like, yada, 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 right? I am just so happy. They were like, you know what? VGC is coming. It's confirmed. We just ran into a problem, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then currently we're wrapping up some other miscellaneous features which will launch alongside the event. So that to me speaks as new content coming for the event. I could be wrong. They didn't say new. Some other miscellaneous features. Let me not misquote him. Some other miscellaneous features which will launch alongside the event. That to me speaks as new, but I don't know that. We don't know that for sure. And then the question becomes, VGC is in the queue for release. Does that mean it will release with the Halloween event? Does it mean it will release in November? We don't know. I don't want to promise anything, but we just don't know. It's really big news. VGC is ready to go. It's that they're ready to release it. That's fucking huge for PvP players. For those who don't know, VGC is a format of the way doubles works, where it is you bring 6 Pokemon and then you look at your opponent's team and you take 4 of your Pokemon into battle. It's what official Pokemon uses. It's what all the world championships, it's like whatever. If you ever watch any competitive Pokemon on like an official stage or the highest level, it's called VGC. It's what they use, right? It's really competitive. It's really strategic. It's really fast. It's a great way to play doubles. Currently in PokeMMO, the double system is bring 6, use 6, right? So it's 6v6 doubles, which is not normal. And you can't change your team up. You have to use every piece, etc., etc. With bring 6, pick 4, you basically can like re-strategize and reformat your team. Most VGC teams have a trick room on strategy and a trick room off, right? So there's a lot of like, you can adapt and change and strategize and like make really smart decisions, and like it's really it's just considered, from my understanding, more strategic. Everybody that I talk to, have ever talked to, prefers VGC when it comes to doubles, from what I've seen. So it's huge. I'm really excited for it. VGC is coming. VGC confirmed, in the queue for release. We don't know when it will be, but I think it's huge news. And to hear the main blocker has been improvements for client performance, like to hear they're running into just fundamental problems that have to be fixed. We always think like, oh, why don't they just work on the next update and release this next update? Because you can't always do that. You have to, it's like building a I'm not a construction worker, but like I'm assuming it's like building a house. You can't just build an extra room. You have to check the foundation to see if that foundation can support the extra room. You have to see if you need to build more support beams. You have to see, oh, what roofing is required. Like you have to do so many other things and check other things and get other things verified before you can just build another room or build the next update, in my opinion. So I think that is absolutely huge. I think it's cool to see. Thank you for responding, PokeMMO devs, and I'm excited for the future of PokeMMO. Thanks for watching this. Like the video if you enjoyed it, dislike if not, and subscribe for more PokeMMO videos every single day. Woo! I'm fucking hyped, dude. Oh my goodness. I feel like other information you asked for falls on otherwise would have been addressed further on Homocopium. I feel like it's very possible they just don't want to give everything away. I think they just want to be like, which I prefer. It is fun. I want to know some stuff, and I want to know what's happening and like development things, and I want to know certain things. So I'm getting distracted, but it is nice. I like when the devs keep certain things secret, you know, like it depends. I build houses and King of Everybody to build in the room. Oh, okay, well, fuck my analogy. Never mind. Base, Giga Chad. That's so base, dude. I will attempt to do an advanced Jimmy Run team on the Iron Man, but I'm not like in a rush to do it. That'll probably be, it might be in between event seasons or just after all of event season. That is one of the big things to start working on the Iron Man account, like one of the big next like main account steps for sure. Do XP candies usually go up during event season? It's tough to say. It's tough to tell. XP candies, XP items are always like 50-50. They could go up, they could go down, depending on increased supply versus the demand. Really, you know, but like basic but true. Let me copy this, put this in here. I'm really glad they responded. I feel like yeah, I don't know. I'm curious Spidget's thoughts, and I'm curious what he thinks about it and how he's excited for VGC, and it'd be super cool, man. Honestly, if Spidget's today might be a good day if Spidget is around to like talk, like hang out on stream and talk to him about VGC. Because I you know, I don't know how much experience he has with VGC, to be fair. Obviously he's a PvP king, but VGC is a different beast, you know, different beast altogether. All right, let's now jump into the Iron Man, boys. All right, fellas, it is time to jump back onto the Iron Man for another beautiful day. We have an alpha Persian spawn. I'm gonna go ahead and start. I've prepped this fully. I'm gonna go ahead and start throwing timer balls now. Hopefully just get lucky and catch it right now. That'll look really cool on camera if I do that. Come on, Persian, you do it for the content, do it for the video. Come on, be nice to me. Oh my goodness, you actually listened. Oh, fucking good cat, bro. Thank you so much, Persian. Easy catch, boys. A field A group alpha breeder, always appreciated. 2 times 31 attack, 31 speed F. I will take any stats there. I'm very happy with that. That's the alpha claws. Next up, we have some berries to go pick, as well as I already rewatered all my EV reducing berries. Those take 44 hours or whatever to grow, right? So those take a lot longer. Paid actor Persian, yeah, I'll PayPal you after the stream, Persian. Thank you so much. We're gonna head over, pick our berries. Also just check out, dude, look at my berry stacks. They are, like, to be fair, the seed stats are more impressive than the berry stats right now, because I only keep Chestos and Leppas. But let's see, once these grow, all the EV reducing ones. But now I can go ahead and pick up my cherries. So this, and I'll show you guys the haul afterwards. Anything I get right now will be purely from this haul, and this haul might be smaller and less than previous hauls, because I spent a lot of this growth time, this period, going for the EV reducing berries and not just cherries and patches and things like that, not just pure volume. I don't think so, Cav, thankfully, because like if I missed a whole batch, it would be fucking devastating. I think I'm literally just paranoid. I'm trying to think. Why is it not a forum post? I mean, I think it's just because I reached out. I don't know. Like, that's like the man. So I agree with you. Like, once again, I don't want to take an extremely positive thing and be like, oh well, here's the negative part of it, because there are negatives of it. I agree with you. Should the devs do a public forum post in a dev blog every month? Yeah, I agree. This is in Unova. This is in Unova. I think the devs should do a public forum post every month. That's something I've been pushing for years. You know, I would love a dev blog every month that just says, hey, we're working on, here's a list of things we're working on. Here's the problems that we've ran into, you know, yada, yada, yada. I think it would go a really long way. Do you know when you fly a bird on your character body? I mean, bird doesn't spawn. If you've been logged in for a while, it won't happen. Or is there some, like, if you've pressed fly, like, let me see if it happens here. Or you're saying like the animation doesn't happen? Okay, I don't know about. Are you missing a ROM or like so that sounds like an installation problem or like a graphic settings possibly, Samson? The like black silhouette bird just like doesn't. Maybe, but that I think that does happen over time if you just like. I don't know. Skill issue? Yeah, I don't know. I'm honestly not 100% sure. Sorry, man. I'm gonna eat more Slim Jim. I'll help fuel me. Yeah, for sure. Somewhat grim. I think if it, to be fair, I think if it feels somewhat grim, I would call that skill issue. I feel like if you know, are there negatives? Yes. If you focus on those negatives or the news feels somewhat grim, I would call that like half glass empty type beat. I don't know if that's, I think that's a kind of a skill issue. No disrespect. I think it's like something I've been talking about. Like, I think it's actually one of the #1 problems in PokeMMO is the community. Like, every time there's a positive update, there's also a negative, and we just focus on it. It depends. Like, once again, I focused on incubators. Like last time, I think incubators were so negative that it was worth focusing on. But I do think there are positives and negatives to everything in life. You know, it's literally every change that happens, anything that happens, there are positives and negatives too. You can either choose to, if something is 80% positive and 20% negative, you can choose to focus on the 80% positive or the 20% negative, right? No change is just good. It's literally not possible. You're always taking from something or someone or like losing something. And it's a matter of making more positive change, like the changes being more positive than negative. There's a mod that lets you have Gen 5 follower sprites. They can never add those because they aren't available in the ROMs. That would be your copyright problem. Agree to disagree with you, but I think that's fair. I think that's problematic. I think it's like, I think one of the biggest problems in life right now is people are too negative brained. I think it's literally just perception, literally just like, in the problem, which I understand, like things are really rough in a lot of fucking ways, but we have, if things are rough, that's why it's more important to like have a positive perspective and just try to like focus on what you can control and like slowly making changes day by day versus like catastrophizing every day. Like, oh, things are so bad, therefore I can't make any progress or do anything. Well, no, that's, you know, wait a minute. When things are bad, it's like more important than ever to do what you can. In PokeMMO. In Minecraft. And yeah, for sure. Easy to be bitter. I agree it's easy to be. I agree. Wait, that's true. It is easy to be bitter, but it's not right. Exactly. The problem is that you should be fighting that. I agree. Yes. I think the communication of your complaints is so important. It's just so easy to complain without adding anything. Yep, that's yes. That's yes, 1,000,000,000%. What do you think of the Tyler the Creator drama and how it affects PokeMMO? What's the Tyler? What's the Tyler the Creator drama? That's awesome. I mean, maybe it's not awesome. I shouldn't say that. Maybe he did something. I don't know, dude. Is it whether the fact that he's a boom bap artist or not? Is that the meme? That's a callback. Holy shit. Public community. Yeah, hey buddy, public community post or public execution. He tweeted the most outrageous shit in 2011. Oh yeah, I was there. Yeah, I believe that. Tyler the Creator in 2011. Oh yeah, holy shit. Twitter in 2011. Holy shit. Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, holy fuck. Thankfully, I was just an observer. And I. What's up, Dizzle? What items should I invest into? If you want to invest, nothing right now. You want to wait until event season. That's why the market's always slow. Someone said, what items should I invest on into the GTL right now? In my personal opinion, not financial advice, you have to take your own risk and make your own decision, okay? Right now, nothing. I would say nothing. That's why the market is so slow. That's why the market is so slow leading up until event season, because everybody's saving their Pokeyen to make investments during the event. You want to make investments when things are at their bottom out prices. It's really easy to see, at least easier than other times. It's really easy to see when things are at their bottom out prices during event season, because they're literally still being brought into the game, right? When pumpkin goodie bags and vanities and things like that are literally being brought, there's still supply, right? The bottom out is going to happen then, versus when the event is over, now there's no supply coming in, and sometimes that causes things to go down in price because people overestimated them, and sometimes it causes them to go up in price, and just there's a whole fluctuation there. But it's pretty safe. It's way safer to invest in sealed product during an event season. Like, it depends. Like, if you want to invest in older product during an event season, maybe within the first few days. If you want to invest in the new product, I would wait 3-4 days until prices reach a bottom out. Goodie bags can get as low as, we've seen goodie bags in the past reach 4K during events. Let's check last year's right now. So for reference, last year's goodie bags are 7K a piece. These I can confirm reached like 4,800, at least 46, maybe even 4K, 4,200-ish during last year's. Like, there is like almost a 100% increase there if you bought at the bottom out price. So there's things like that. I don't remember pumpkin, to be fair, I don't remember pumpkin goodie bags prices last year, like what they were during the event. Now they're 46K. I don't know what they were during the event. They might have been around this price. I don't know if they've gone up that much, but it's just important to keep in mind. It's important to learn. If you're new as well and trying to, you have to just learn. It just takes time. I can't just deposit all my memory, and I can do my best to teach you guys like what historically is what happened, but also what historically has happened may not happen again. So I cannot teach you guys how to make money guaranteed 100%. Like, that's, no one can. Anybody trying to preach investments as, oh, you will 1000% make money, like, it's a risk. It's a risk. Do not buy investments if you're not willing to like lose that money. It's a risk. It's extra yen you set aside. And now certain investments are safer than others. Sealed product is always really safe, or pretty safe. It may not move much, but it will almost never go down if you buy it at the bottom out, which is really, really important. That's the hard part, is when is the bottom out, right? So hopefully that helps answer some questions. I don't put anything right now. Save your Pokeyen until the event seasons, whether it's Halloween, Christmas, Lunar New Year event, and make sure to budget out. I always say one of the biggest mistakes I see people make during event seasons is not budgeting out for each event. So a lot of people, that's why the Lunar New Year event historically is one of the best events to invest into, because people burn out and don't budget well. So Lunar New Year events, lucky red envelopes and all those items, and any vanity, like, they historically do really well because people spend all their Pokeyen on Halloween and on Christmas, or burn out and play to burn out before they can get to like February, January, and then less people play this event, and there's still really good demand. And that creates a huge market, problem. So like, yeah, don't burn out, don't over. It's a lot. How do you do everything? It's really hard. Oh yeah, don't burn out, don't overspend. Also have fun. Also like make good investments. Also make all the best financial decisions. Also play all the event has to offer. If you want to do that, it takes 16 hours a day. Like, you can't do everything. Just pick a few goals. Focus on what you want to focus on, and have fun. That's what I encourage, especially if it's your first event season. If it is your first event season, I wouldn't recommend even trying to invest. I think it's maybe a little bit, but like, if it's your first event season, use it to develop Pokeyen. Have fun, play the events, make money, right? If it's your second event season, that's where you really start investing, in my opinion. And then third, and then fourth, and you start to really compile and get richer and richer and richer. Your first event season is probably just about grinding, having fun, playing the event, making Pokeyen, not really investing. But you can if you want to try, but it's a lot riskier and a lot harder. You need to develop that experience. You can't develop that experience without playing the game, and making those mistakes a little bit. So hopefully that helps answer your question. It was a great question. I love talking about investments in markets and things like that in correlation to events. Is so fun to talk about. Yeah, dude, I wouldn't worry too much about investing in your and I'm sorry if I haven't said that enough this year. I wouldn't worry too much about investing in your first event. Yeah, cherish balls. Mysterious balls are my favorite investment item personally. I have historically made a lot of money on mysterious balls, and I try to tell people that, and me telling people that is going to lower my profits, but I don't Who gives a shit? It's not like, you know, I'd rather you guys also make, we can all make really good money versus me make even better money. Like, fucking cringe, bro. Who cares? How many hours? At this point, a little over 11, probably 11,000. I have 978 hours on my Ironman accounts, 9,500 on my main accounts, and then like 600 on another alt account, and then a few scattered. 10 to 11,000 hours. All right. All right, our berry farming is done. I'm ending up with 244 cherries. Wow, that's really good. That's, oh, I need that so bad, actually. That is going to give me so many spicy seeds. That's the best cherry haul we've had so far. Holy, 76 very spicy. That is the most we have had by far so far. That feels really sick. That's really awesome. Hell yeah, holy crap, dude. I'm going to keep these around for now. And I'm going to go plant my berries after my gym rerun. So in about an hour. So I'm going to go start my gym rerun right now. Sorry, my nose is a little memey today. Okay. Dude, that's so sick, Tom. I appreciate that, Zark. That's what I try, you know. I appreciate that, man. I fucking love this game. You know, I love it, man. It's a beautiful game. It's a really, really, like, it's a beautiful game. It's really funny. It's kind of, it's honestly worrisome. And what's the other word? Like, it's worrisome and also very intriguing. How many of you know, like, MMO players who have put like 10,000 hours into the game that they play and they hate it? You know, it's real. There's a lot of MMO players who put a shit, or even like League of Legends players, or, you know, like, nobody hates League more than League players, right? It's kind of tragic. I'm really lucky I've put 10,000 hours and I still love the game. I vehemently do believe that, like, if I stopped enjoying, I would just stop playing it. That's what I did with, like, not that I never really stopped enjoying RuneScape. I just stopped playing because I started enjoying PokeMMO more. You know, does that make sense? I still love RuneScape. RuneScape is still my favorite game of all time, probably, honestly. I have more hours in RuneScape than PokeMMO. Love and hate them both. It's interesting how, like, people develop very interesting weird relationships with the game they play a lot of, you know? But I understand. I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. We finished my Slim Jim. Okay. I'm really low on Amulet coins. Yikes. We gotta farm those soon. Yo, what's up, Shoya? I'm good today, man. How you doing? PokeMMO being your livelihood has anything to do with the game? It has. I'll be honest, it has. PokeMMO being my livelihood has changed the way I feel about the game. And I've had to put more limiters on it. Meaning, if I did notice that if I play PokeMMO all day for work, and then I play PokeMMO all day after work, I don't feel good. But if I play PokeMMO all day for work, and then play like Megabond or like other various games after, I have a lot of fun. And it's amazing. So, like, I still love PokeMMO, but it has changed my relationship where, like, I used to be able to play PokeMMO 12, 14 hours a day and literally always love it. It being my work, I do kind of want a break. I do want more of a break from it, you know? Which is a weird, it's almost like it's like the joke of, like, oh, I can't wait to turn off my bad screen at work to go home and watch good screen. Does that mean, you know what I mean? Like that joke of, like, get off my work computer, bad screen, go home, play video game on my home good screen, you know? Kind of said you can't play for fun anymore. Well, I didn't say that. wait a minute. I wouldn't, you know, don't jump to extremes. I know we live in a world full of extremes that jump into extremes. There are still absolutely times where I'm like, man, I really want to shiny hunt. Let me go do that. Let me go shiny hunt and pop on Streamlabs. That is like the one thing. Whenever this is a legit negative. Whenever I play PokeMMO nowadays, I always am recording, and that does feel there's a certain level of, like, stress or tension to that. But that level of stress or tension compared to any other job is fine. you know, like, that's the, you know, anyways. That is the main thing, is I don't want to ever be shiny hunting and get a shiny and not have it on video. That does feel like that is important, you know. Yeah, I'm fortunate. Like, I really don't feel like PokeMMO has become that for me, Alteria. I really don't feel like PokeMMO has become. I mean, I think I love playing. I'm excited to wake up and play PokeMMO. Probably, I always say, I'm just even not even PokeMMO, just like streaming content. I'm probably excited to wake up and do my job 80% of the time, and I think that is exceptionally high. Like, I think most people, you know, unfortunately, which, you know, it's a big problem we got to fix in the world. I don't know how to do that, bro. People go, I'm not. That's way out of my pay grade. I'm just a stupid Pokemon player, okay, who got lucky. My first Pokemon was a Stunfisk. I love shiny Stunfisk. As a Pokemon, I love Stunfisk. Speaking of, here, my wife, I believe, my wife found this for me. It's like so hard to find Stunfisk plushies. Stunfisk and Shuckle, very hard plushies to find. My wife got. I think she won one of these. In a claw machine. Cranidos, she got me in a claw machine. This is a really hard one to find. All my favorites are hard to find. Stunfisk, Cranidos, Shuckle. Not easy to find plushies. I love the idea. Also, like, Stunfisk? Bro, I need a fucking, like, pillow pet Stunfisk. It's literally a flat fuck. Like, Stunfisk would be a perfect. Why don't they make like bigger Stunfisks that are also just pillows? That would go hard. I would love that. The claw. I love claw machines. That's why I made the claw, you know. All right. Alrighty, fellas, it is gym rerun time once again. I'm getting super low on Amulet coins, which is scaring me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this one, and I am going to. My plans today are gym rerun, XP train, Amulet coin farm. It is a grindy day. It's a grindy day. Gonna be honest with you, it's a grindy day on the stream, but it's mandatory stuff that must be done prior to event season, and we got to get it done. And I'm happy. I'm still happy and feeling pretty good about it. So that's honestly, I'm happy with that. 100% efficiency. Oh, I didn't say that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I saw, even though the most efficient way to grind Pokemon is that's the problem is that's true for literally every video game to ever exist. If you want to play any video game peak efficiency, you just get a shift at McDonald's and like go. But I think that's fucked. I think that is where your brain that is where your brain starts to die. That is where that is literally like where I think this is how you, in my opinion, make video games not fun anymore. Is by thinking you should play every game if you like efficiency, which I think efficiency is awesome. You should play that way. I think there's nothing wrong with playing efficiently. Once you start conflating IRL achievements and your in-game ones, I think that's where you start to really blur the lines on why we play video games, the purpose of them, and your own happiness. I think I could be wrong, but I would be really concerned for someone who is working an extra shift just because I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, it's a tough line. Like, if you want to I always say, if you want to spend a few bucks a month or like a membership type thing for PokeMMO, hell yeah, go. If you want to, you know, go for it. But yeah, you can't be. Yeah, it's a scary thing to like be spending so much money on the game. Like you're factoring in your work, your paychecks in relation to it. But maybe Yeah, I don't like the idea of using IRL cash to propel my progress in video games. I think it cheapens the experience. Not now. It depends. When I say that, I mean like wailing out and like spending hundreds of dollars trying to buy mysterious balls, blah blah blah. If you're buying a donator status, that's not what I'm talking about. Some people get like, oh, I buy a donator status every month, like, that's fine. Even if you spend like, you could probably spend like 30 to 100 bucks a month on PokeMMO to slightly bump up your progress, and that's probably fine. I'm talking about people who like credit card swipe to buy mysterious balls a shit ton, and credit card swipe to buy dittos to like shiny hunt a ton and then be upset when they don't get it. Like, that to me is a really scary thought process, because you're probably going to be even more unhappy when you don't get it, right? Which is really tough, because the point of those people are actually real. Yeah, sadly, yes. Like, especially, yeah. But also, if they're happy, more power to them. Like, what I'm saying is irrelevant. What I'm saying is, I'm saying this in a concern of, hey, this might make you unhappy. Yeah. It's really pretty normalized at this point. It depends on the culture. In Asian countries, it's very normalized to microtransaction. I do think in the West, in the US, it is still shamed upon to microtransaction, and I think that's kind of a good thing. I think separating. I grew up poor as fuck, right? What made me love video games was the fact that everybody was born into the same playing field. I thought it was the most fair playing field I'd ever been given in life. Was PokeMMO, was old school. We're all born in Gillinor. We're all born in Lumbridge. We're all born in Pallet Town. Like, it is the most even playing field you will ever be given in life, because being born into a family, it you know, changes everything in life, right? Literally, are you done with the Iron Man? I'm on the Iron Man, dude. I was so in love with video games because they were so fair in that way, right? And so it makes me a little sad to think that people could try to extend their IRL success or vice versa into, you know, I could spend a shit ton of I could spend a bunch of money on PokeMMO and then just like tax write it off. I think that's fucked up. I think it would be dumb. I think it'd be dumb. I think it would hurt my enjoyment of the game. I think it would be a problem for a lot of reasons, right? But that's the meme, dude. I don't think spending Pokeyen or spending money on the game a shit ton, like, I don't think it's very healthy. If you do it and it makes you happy, then this conversation's a moot point. The point is about, like, hey, this is a pathway that leads to unhappiness for a lot of people. Not everybody. Beat the 5 regions. I'm reading an OU team, dude. Hell yeah! I think also doing a very farm. So Berry, great question. Welcome. Nice. I should say, well, you're doing great progress. Berry farming is not for everybody, but some people love it. It's really, you know. No. It's not the final. So it's not the final week of Iron Man. It's the final week of. Sorry if maybe the title got like cut off. Final week of Iron Man Halloween event prep. So it's the final week of event prep, right? Sorry if that was confusing or was cut off or something like that, but it's the final week of. It is the final week of Halloween event prep on the Iron Man, right? Not the final week of the Iron Man. Yeah, double battles are very much a thing in PokeMMO, and I talked about it a few minutes ago on stream, Sanch. But we actually just got information from the devs that VGC is scheduled for release. VGC is completed and it's ready to be. It's in queue for an update. I'm not really a Pokemon trading card game channel, so I feel like that wouldn't be. I feel like that would get me audited. I'm gonna be honest, Art. Also, I don't really care for Pokemon like that, but I respect it. You know, that's a whole. I don't want to get into. Content creator taxes suck. I don't want to get into it. No disrespect. Sorry if that's. I'm the one who brought it up. You know. If an official Iron Man release, would it take you shorter to make the progress you have now? More knowledge, still very RNG. Ooh, this is a great question. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure. Pat, if an official Iron Man mode released, do you think it would take you a less amount of time or a more amount of time to make the progress that you have currently? Do you think that the knowledge is helpful, or is it still very RNG dependent? Man, it depends. My RNG on this account has been very, very good. Let me qualify that. So I think it has helped my progress a ton. Getting the SP amplifier as early as I did was insane, right? I really, it's just a mixture. Like, I probably wouldn't hit the SP amplifier as fast as I did, but I think I would. I don't know. I would err on the side of, I think I would. Knowledge is so powerful in the route you take and all these things. I think I would err on the side of, I actually do think I would save time. I do think I could get back to this spot in less time, but not have. I wouldn't have everything. I may not have get back to this spot in terms of like all the PVM Pokemon I have, the PvP stuff, you know, whatever, raid ready, yada yada yada. I don't think I could get like the XP reamplifier back in this time. The shinies that I've gotten, like, there's a lot of rare stuff there, and then certain like catches and IVs, you know. So it's hard. It's really hard to say. It's a really good question. My account's been very, very lucky, but I do think I would maybe in the same time or slightly less. I remember, for reference, it took me 2 years to max my main account in old school RuneScape, which, you know, took like I think it was around 10,000 hours. It took around 10,000 hours. I did it in about 2 years. I played a lot of RuneScape. Okay. And then when I made an ultimate Iron Man, I wanted to max that account again, right? And I thought it would take like double the time to match an Ultimate. No. It took me, I was on pace for 2 years, and I was gonna match the Ultimate Iron Man in the same time that I maxed the main due to game knowledge, right? Which is crazy. For those who don't know, an Ultimate Iron Man account is an account that cannot trade or use the GTL or use a bank or granted change, or use a bank in RuneScape. So I almost matched the Ultimate Iron Man in the same exact time as the main account from sheer game knowledge. However, I ended up meeting my wife, and so I ended up doing it in 2.5 years because I met a really special girl, and I delayed my Ultimate Iron Man maxing to go on dates and hang out with her. So I do think game knowledge plays a really, really big part. The fact that I was able to max, you know, a main account in 2 years and then max an Ultimate Iron Man in almost the same time frame is shocking to a lot. It's shocking to me and to a lot of people. But I think game knowledge is that powerful. It's really what route and what to do. It's a really powerful thing. All the time wasted on dates was me. Thankfully, yeah, we never went on any dates. But let's count on watching your Twitch streams. Then, you know, a few thousand hours. True. Not actually, but hundreds of hours. Good morning, Ghost Ride. What's up? What's your favorite global market name in an MMO? Granted, Change is pretty good. I don't like the GTL, like GTL Global Trade Link. I don't really care for the GTL name. If that's the question, the name. I do think the Pokemon market is better than the RuneScape market. I really like the Grand Exchange, and I really like the RuneScape market, but I would say the Pokemon market is more complex, and I really like that. Whenever you're buying a Rune Sword or a Din's Bulwark or Dragon Claws or whatever it may be in old school RuneScape, that Dragon Claw is the same as every other Dragon Claw, right? In PokeMMO, if you want to buy a Gyarados, every single Gyarados on the market is so different from every other Gyarados. And even if you're buying a 2x31 Adamant Gyarados, every single 2x31 Adamant Gyarados is going to be very different from the next, because they might have defensive IVs, they might be caught in a certain location, maybe it's a shot, like there's just particle effects. There's so many things that affect it, dude. It's so crazy. Don't focus on no girl, just stay gaming. I'm glad I focused on a girl, okay? Let me be honest. But it might surprise you. You can focus on a girl and end game. It might shock the world. Whew. It's playing better. Let me see Oka run. Yada. Does anyone know if the encounter update reset my previous encounters because it didn't add them? The encounter update? What do you mean? So, PokeMMO prior to the encounter counter update, PokeMMO did not. Yes, thank you. It wasn't counting before. Prior to the encounter counter update, the PokeMMO game was not tracking your encounters. Your total encounters does not affect your shiny rate, right? What happens when PokeMMO is rolling for a shiny for you? What it's doing is it's rolling a 30,000 sided die, right? Like a D30K, a D20, right? It's rolling that die, right? And then every time it doesn't, a physical die does not remember how many times it's been rolled, right? So your physical odds of rolling that 30,000 on the die does not go up, right? Now it's a little more complicated when you start talking about binomial distribution and like overall odds and, you know, mass data, but getting more encounters does not raise your chances of getting a shiny, is the TLDR, in one hunt. You can start to calculate things in like, if you've done like 50 shunts, maybe you can start factoring in averages, but even that is like, you have to do a lot of data and a lot of things before you can like really start to draw averages. I'm not a math guy, but that's my understanding. Yeah, so the game never kept track of that. I googled D30,000, it should be vitamins. That's not bad. Hey, you have more than 9,000 hours in the game. I asked why you didn't buy rare vanities like Q had Desu Code Eastorm. It's kind of like being like, hey, you were alive when Bitcoin was, you know, because I used to mine Bitcoin back in 2011, 2013, right? On my shitty laptop. Why didn't you buy Bitcoin? Why didn't you? Hey man, that's weird. You were alive and had $10 when Bitcoin, what, you know, why didn't you buy it, right? Nobody knew, dude. Nobody knew Bitcoin was gonna, nobody knew Q-Hat, Desu Coat, eStorm was gonna, nobody knew, you know? It's as simple as that. Hey man, why didn't you buy a, that's weird. I don't understand. Why didn't you buy a Q-Hat? nobody knew, man. Hindsight 2020. Yeah, nobody knew, man. Yeah, you were alive. Yeah, why didn't you buy a house? It's a lot, not to like, it's a really funny question, not to, no disrespect, like, nobody knew, man. Investing wasn't even a thing back then. Like, investing didn't exist in PokeMMO in 2013. Like, when the, you know, there was no investing. The game was so new, like, there was no such thing. There was like flipping and some market stuff, but there was no, you know, well, there wasn't even a GTL back then. That's the other, like, yeah. Why didn't you buy Bitcoin? Dude, that is okay. I think people overshit on the newest generation, and it's like one of the dumbest cycles we need to break as a humanity. But I swear to God, if one Gen Alpha motherfucker asked me like, "Hey, you're old, Unk. Why didn't you buy Bitcoin?" I might crash out. That would be my trigger. That would be like, yeah. That would trigger me. I'm not gonna lie. Lazy D. No, we just, dude, nobody knew, like, nobody even thought, nobody knew Pokemon would be around in 2015, like, let alone 2025. Like, you just don't know. Yeah, Pokemon didn't get a GTL until like 2014, 2015, I want to say. What did y'all do? I say this like, I say this all the time. So most of, I love talking about 2013 PokeMMO. 2013 PokeMMO, you had about 3 activities to do, maybe 4 if you counted spinning. Dead serious. You had farming, chances in here. Let me do a clip on this. I know I've talked about this plenty of times, but I love talking about it. I love talking about 2013 old PokeMMO. Someone asked, you know, what did you even do back in 2013 PokeMMO? 2013 PokeMMO, there was no GTL, there was no market, there was no what's it called? There was no GTL, there was no currency. The currency was lucky eggs. There was no Pokeyen. There was Pokeyen, but you couldn't like, there was like, I think it was like capped. You like couldn't have more than 50k or 100k or something like that. The yen was capped, so you couldn't like really trade Pokeyen. The breeding system was way different. You couldn't like consistently breed good Pokemon. It was way more randomized. And PvP, there was no automated PvP system. So you'd have to physically meet up with people to play PvP, which we would do all the time. And tournaments were always held in Kanto, not Fuchsia City. The building, oh, what's it called? How am I forgetting this? Silphco. Bid PvP, any PvP tournament was almost always held at like Silphco. So the few activities that existed in Pokemon back in 2013 was farming chances in the Safari Zone for lucky eggs, because that was the currency. Shiny Ponyta was like 7 lucky eggs, for example, back then, right? Like things like that. A Tentacruel was like 1 or 2 lucky eggs, right? That was like the most common shiny in the game back then was shiny Tentacruel. So in 2013, you had farming lucky eggs from chances. I farmed there for what felt like tons of hours, but as a kid your brain's different. I don't know how many, felt like a long time, and I never got a lucky egg ever, not a single one. I only ever caught one Chansey. And I would just sit there and farm, and I was really inefficient and slow and probably talking in team speak, you know, yapping as even at that age. But so you farm lucky egg for Chanseys, or farm Chanseys for lucky eggs, excuse me. You farm Chansey for lucky eggs. You could EV train or XP train, which was all single encounters. There was no hordes. It was all single encounters, and the animations were a lot slower. And the encounter rate was worse in certain areas. I always say like special attack EV training. Special attack EV training, the best spot was Ghastly's in Lavender Tower. And it would literally take you like 12 to 16, maybe like 10 to 16 hours. And I was really slow, to be fair. But like 10 to 16 hours to EV train, like one Pokemon at a time. If you had multiple XP shares, hell yeah. It was tremendously slow. And then XP training took forever, obviously. Level 100, most people would have maybe 1 to 6 level 100s, and that's it. You wouldn't really have that many level 100s. And then like having a level 100 was a big deal because they took so long to level back then. And then you to play PvP, so there was training, there was PvP, there was lucky egg hunting. There was, I mean, just a lot of shit posting in TeamSpeak and on the forums. A lot of like, it was probably a lot more dramas back then because there was less to do in the game, you know? It was a crazy time, dude. It was a crazy time. It was a really different, PokeMMO in 20, that was a very, very different game. It was bike MMO, you could run back and forth. So eggs back then, you could get infinite eggs and you would get like 5 eggs or whatever. And you would just go to the bike route in Kanto and run back and forth and run up and down. Yes. I couldn't remember. Story reruns were like the best Pokeyen in the whole game. Once Pokeyen really properly became a resource, that was a bit later on. But well, even to get like, if you wanted, it was really tough. Like prior to Pokeyen, if you wanted to buy an Earthquake TM, you couldn't really do that. Everybody was playing Iron Man essentially back. Like you could, but it was hard to like, oh, do you trade like a Slack off with like 20 plus attack and speed and out of it nature for like a Rock Slide TM or like a Rock Slide tutor? Like that was a tutor back then. How do you value those? It was really hard in the Wild West. So people would always do story reruns, and you would only, the only way to get TMs was from the stories. So there's only Kanto. Kanto was the only region back in 2013. The only way to get the Earthquake TM was, I believe, beating Giovanni, the 8th gym badge in Kanto. So every single PvP Pokemon, every single like Earthquake TMs were one of the most valuable resources. And I remember like you'd have to do an entire Kanto story rerun to get one Earthquake TM. And you get a bunch of other valuable TMs along the way. Swords Dance tutors were really good. Rock Slide tutor was really valuable. Earthquake TM, things like that. They were like really valuable. Those are like one of the most valuable things in the game. And then even like XP shares, you get 1 XP share per Kanto rerun. Yep, XP share, like any items. Macho Brace was a big one. You would like use the item finder under what's it called? Under Giovanni. Once you beat him in the gym, you would get the leftovers. Leftovers were pretty valuable. Use the item finder under the Snorlax box. Yeah, story reruns were one of the best moneymaker methods for a long time in PokeMMO. So it was such a very, I'm just yapping and I'm telling the grandpa story back in my day, but it was a very different game. Very interesting time. The game is much better nowadays. I'm not the unk or the boomer who's like, back in my day, things were so much better. It took us 16 hours to EV train and we liked it. No. The game is better now. But it is funny and it's interesting to hear about how things were, in my personal opinion. Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun, man. I love... It was a really nostalgic time, dude. I don't remember if Master Balls were tradable. I kind of doubt it because then I feel like people would have more. I don't know. Well, didn't they do a reset at one point for certain items? The lucky... Ooh. Yo, speaking of lucky eggs, old Pokemon, and the economy, dude, one of the biggest about controversial updates, and it had to happen. We've suffered through so many massive updates in Pokemon that almost killed the game, but were better for the game long term. At one point, they had to consume lucky eggs because lucky eggs were a permanent item back in the day. It was a permanent item that gave you 2 times XP if the Pokemon who had the lucky egg was used in the battle, right? So, when they wanted to transfer the economy from lucky eggs to Pokeyen, they took everybody who had lucky eggs, and people had like 20 lucky eggs, and they deleted down to like 5 or like 3. It was one of the most, and they might have given you Pokeyen or like other items as like a hey, sorry about this type beat, but it was brutal. It was, dude, it was and that was like, PokeMMO is still considered a game in its alpha development stage, I believe. So that's like that was a tough thing, dude. Imagine being like really valuable, you know? Lucky eggs were worth like 800k at some point. Lucky eggs were worth like 8 mil at the when they first, if I recall correctly, I could be wrong, it's all memory. When they first changed the economy, lucky eggs were like 8 mil, and then they slowly went down to like 6 mil, 4 mil, 2 mil, 1 mil. I think 800k was one of the most like was like towards the, because lucky eggs were still a permanent item for a long time. Like post the change, they weren't a, nowadays lucky eggs are consumable, right? They weren't that yet. Same with like amulet coins. Like amulet, people used to payday pick up with an amulet coin, so you could equip an amulet coin to your Meowth and get double the Pokeyen every game, which was really not very fun. You know, it was very not fun and very like grindy and like even worse than Jimmy runs. At least Jimmy runs are kind of engaging. You run around the map, and you can do more engaging Jimmy runs if you want to. Yada yada yada. It's a really interesting. It was a really interesting thing. That's when we first started, that's possible, but from my memory, I could be wrong, but from my memory, 800k was like towards the end of that market. Because I remember it was a really big deal when lucky eggs dropped to like 1 or 2 mil. Everybody was like, what the fuck? Like that was like insane. Like, how are they so cheap? 1 to 2 mil for lucky egg? What the fuck? Everybody, they're so affordable now, everybody can get them. Like that's what that's what I remember, but I could be wrong. Memory is a really fickle. I try to qualify that. Memory is a very fickle thing. I'm not, yeah. That's what I remember. So I've heard about it, Black Blue, but I'm not familiar with the lucky egg dupe. Do you like know about that, or like what happened? Like what? I'm not that familiar with that. I'm not that familiar with like dupes and like huge glitches like that in PokeMMO. Yeah, no, which is so, I appreciate the different. It's also I don't know, it's one of those things where like everybody's memory in chat who played back then is just as valid as mine. I'm just, yeah. How hype was Johto when it got added? I think Johto, oh my goodness. Okay, we're just yapping and reminiscing today, but I like the vibes personally, man. How hype was Johto when it got added? Oh man, I think Johto was the best release of any region in PokeMMO. I think it was 2 years ago, 2023, I believe. Man, it was also like the peak of content creation resurgence. Content creation, there wasn't a whole lot of PokeMMO videos prior to 2020-ish. There were people, don't get me wrong, best friends, Rooted Ewok, like shout out to the OGs. I am on the shoulder of giants right now, and there will be content creators, I would say, that will surpass me one day, that will be on my shoulders. Like it, I'm just a stepping stone, the same way like people like before me were stepping stones for me, and I thank them so much. MT Birchfield, there were amazing people that inspired me to make amazing content. And I would say like people who had like 1 to 2,000. The person who had the most, when I started making PokeMMO content, the most subscribed PokeMMO YouTuber I believe was MT Birchfield, and he had 3,000 subs. That was the most subs any PokeMMO content creator had. And then I started making content, and I just got really lucky, right time, right place, and just okay, I'm losing a Misty. This guy's a content creator. He fucking sucked at the game. What the heck? Everybody point and laugh. Ha ha ha. Pepe, he's losing a Jimmy run. Goddamn, whatever. So anyways, the point was, dude, it was the perfect timing. Like content creation, in my opinion, like really had a resurgence, and PokeMMO experienced a huge renaissance in 2021ish, probably due to COVID, due to content creation, due to a lot of factors, more increased updates. Like the game really had a resurgence in 2021 and to now, right? And 2023, the Johto release was just right in the middle. It was right in that sweet spot. It was perfect, dude. And so many people came back to the game. So many people like learned about the game for the first time. Johto was it's so special. Playing a region release in PokeMMO is literally like playing, I swear to God, it's like playing Pokemon back in the 90s or back in the early 2000s when they released for the first time. And it's even better than that, because like when Pokemon Fire Red released or whatever, like everybody was like, on the, you would get the game, you would play it at home, you would go to the playground and you would talk about it. So you'd, only certain times, whatever. Dude, it's actually such a fun and incredibly amazing time to see people physically alongside you running through the storylines, everybody trying to rush through, see who's going to get world first on certain things. I could gush about it all day. Playing Johto's release was probably one of the most fun times I'd ever had playing Pokemon. Maybe it was amazing. It was so freaking fun for every reason under the sun. Everybody was on streams. Like it was, dude, the streams, every stream was so fun. Oh, it was such an amazing sense of community. It was such a beautiful sense of community, man. Oh, it was so good. Yeah, dude, that's, I think, unironically, like, not to get, a lot of people came back to the game in 2021, 2022, and it was just the vibe. It was just everybody wanted to, you know, play. Fucking beautiful, man. Yeah, I could try to answer. What's up, Kieran? If you look at Black White 2, I cover any new region stuff, guys. Anybody, you know, Gen 6, Gen 7, Gen 8, Kanto 2, Black White 2, everything about that is covered in this video. This is not even just my, it's not even just my thoughts and my opinions. It's what the devs have said. It's what the devs have told us. Oh my goodness, Salt Factory just released a 3-hour video on Gears of War. Oh my goodness. Add that to my watch later on YouTube. Yes, please. But I haven't played Gears of War 3, so I can't. Fuck. I've played Gears 1 and 2, but I've not played Gears of War 3, which is fucked up. I thought it was no GTL. It is no GTL. There's only, so I don't want to spoil it. I would recommend Dodster. I would go watch the Iron Man series, not to shill the content, but I think it's really special to watch it happen. You know, the way that an Iron Man account gets the XP amplifier is by winning RP. Right? There's only 2 ways, I believe, to win RP on an Iron Man account. You can place or win in catch events, or place and win in PvP tournaments. That's what I'll say. That's the 2. So something, you know, whether I placed 4th place 4 times or 1st place once, or, you know, whatever it was. That's why RP, and I explained in the first like 5 minutes of my Iron Man. It should be linked in the description on YouTube, my Iron Man series, if you want to watch it in full. If you have any questions, if you're ever wondering how I got something on the Iron Man account, it's literally all, I video everything. Like every point of progress on the Iron Man account is on video. You know, that's the point of it. That's the beauty. People use bait out with Trick and Thief. What about bait out with Imprison and Weavile? Pickpocket, what's your opinion on that? I think the pickpocket strat is better. Yes, I think people have moved to, I think I've been slow on that change, Kieran. I think I've been slow on the Bayonet, Frisk Thief versus Imprison Weavile. So on the Iron Man account is what really pushed me to change. I have a video on that somewhere, I think, but I'm really happy to hear that, Ghost Ride. I hate storylines. If I can make storylines easier for anybody, that's the goal, dude. That is ideal situation. Gen 11 win tomorrow. Dude, that is always, yeah, it's always one of the coolest things. That's really cool to hear, Bento, when people have, like, there's a lot of people, you know. Packets of Will Blackwell 2. You know, there are a lot of questions that are repeated every stream. And that's, the problem is, the 2000th person to ask the question is no less wrong or no less right than the first one. Like, it's not, you know, it's a fair question to ask. When will Black and White 2 come out? When will Gen 6? I would hope, it's why I always ask, please just Google questions before you ask. You could ask me any question in the world. Just Google it first, is all, because I might have a video on it. It might save me time, save you time. That's all I ask. Can I ask a question? Yeah, for sure. Just asked it. That's a Truman, no joke. A Truman show. I don't know if I'm money on the XP amplifier. The XP amplifier is really expensive for what it's really good, but it's just like, what's the word? I wouldn't buy the XP amplifier until you can have a fair bit of excess money to make it warranted. Like, if you have 2 or 3 mil, I wouldn't buy an XP amplifier. If you have like 10 mil, sure, you'll have plenty of money left over to do other things, you know. XP training is good, but it's not everything in PokeMMO, and it depends on how much you're XP training. Why do you dislike crunchy bacon? I don't even dislike crunchy bacon. I prefer chewy. It's funny that you remember this. I prefer chewy bacon. I prefer a soft bacon. I feel like it has more flavor. I prefer the texture. I feel like I also like charcoal flavor, like on chicken on the grill, on a hot dog, on most foods. I like a charcoal flavor, or like a burnt-ish flavor. For some reason, I don't like my bacon being burnt is like the worst. Bacon might be the worst food to burn. And I feel like crispy bacon always has that level of bitterness, that level of burntness to it, if it's crispy at all. I really don't like, I'm like hyper, I don't know if I have, I don't know. I'm hypersensitive to bitterness. I really, like, bitterness to me is a bad flavor, right? I actually I don't understand why. I do get it, but I don't get it. When people add bitters to cocktails, I'm like, what the fuck are you it's already bitter. What are you doing? How could you cannot possibly make a cocktail too sweet to where you need to add bitters. It is literally not possible, because the bitterness of the alcohol will always be there. Like, what are you talking about? I'm 27, Nolan. What's up? Why are you adding bitters to one of the most bitter things on the planet? Are you trying to just fucking flex your bitter tongue? Like, what's the point? That's really funny, Mist. Do you wash your okay? That's crazy. I do pat my bacon dry with a paper towel before I cook it. I do. So also that helps seasonings stick to it. I don't usually season my bacon too much, but you should season like a little bit. Bacon's like a really strong flavored thing. You don't really need to season it unless you're doing like cinnamon sugar. Seasoned bacon can be really good though. It depends. Depends on your vibe. Cinnamon, dude, sweet bacons. Like brown sugar bacon. Oh my god, candied bacon. No wonder I'm fucking fat, dude. Food is so good. Sweet bacon's candy bacon, brown sugar bacon is, I've always been fascinated. I think it was Epic Mealtime, unironically, that got me obsessed with like candied bacon, because they used to candied bacon, 10 more strips of candied bacon. Like, bro, Epic Mealtime fucked me up, because that, dude, holy shit. Bitters aren't themselves bitter. They're like cocktail spices. Some are sweet, like orange bitters. There's no way. Maybe I actually feel like I'll have to try it. I would bet you if I tasted orange bitters, I'd be like, wow, that's really bitter. I feel like people don't think things are bitter. Let me be honest. Is it everybody else or is it me? It's obviously everybody. No, it's probably me. I feel like things are bitter that a lot of people don't think are bitter. Does that make sense? I don't. What's an example? Ooh, what's an example of this? I'm trying to think. I don't know if anybody has any. Potato? Okay, potato's not bitter. That's crazy. The most neutral thing. I don't know. I don't have an example. I ruined it. I think paprika is paprika is a bit bitter, but I love paprika. Different flavor. Paprika is amazing. But I get what you're saying. Like I agree that certain bitter flavors, it's like, I think cinnamon is bitter for sure. I think certain bitter flavors are worth it. Like paprika, kind of. I mean, I'm on the fuck cinnamon train. Like, I think cinnamon should just be replaced by brown sugar. It wouldn't be healthier, but everything would taste better. I think if you took every recipe with cinnamon and replaced it with brown sugar, it would be better. I think brown sugar is just superior cinnamon. My last shiny was a Ditto. I'm bitter. Based. What's up, research? Stream. How the Vanity looks, how rare it is, the general prices, etc. I don't have anything. What I miss? So insane amount of factors. On average, from prior experiences to expensive Vanity, just grow. Yeah, that's like, yeah, expensive. It's one of the most fucking coin flip things, dude. Like the ultra. Are you asking like the ultra rare? The ultra rare. Yeah, this is a great clip question. Here, someone asked, hey Pat, like when it comes to like the ultra rare vanities during the events, do they usually go up or down? And it is the most coin flip thing, the most impossible thing to predict in PokeMMO. You have ultra rares like the psychic trading mask, the psychic trading helmet, which are worth 800k from one of the most beloved events in the history of PokeMMO. In the middle of the summer, it's worth 800k for a lot of different reasons. Probably because a lot of people played the event, so supply is high. Probably because the demand is low. But I think it's a pretty cool vanity. Probably because there's a lot of reasons, right. Then you have the Shadow Bone Club, which was an ultra rare that's worth 26 mil. Super expensive. And then you have the Shadow Cape, which I remember I told people it was a prediction, so I'm not 100% right. I just fucked up, whatever. I was like, Shadow Cape was like 8 to 12 mil during the event, I believe. And I was like, personally, I think this cape is overrated. I'm personally predicting that it goes down in price due to the supply, due to the amount that were on the GTL during the event, as well as due to the other capes that already exist in the game. And I said that I bet you Shadow Cape will go down to 3 or 4 mil. And that's, I got lucky. Not every prediction is correct. I can show you here, for reference, an incorrect prediction I made. Also, look. So wait, look at this is a great example. Here is 2 ultra rare vanities from the same event, both from 2022. The Shadow Skull helmet, also an ultra rare vanity, 600k. The Shadow Bone Club, same vanity, 26 mil. Same event, same year, same event, same vanity, everything, right? You cannot, like, you just can't predict. I'm fucking on my Jimmy run for this clip, but it's worth it. It is so hard to predict what an ultra rare will do. It's supply, demand, how many, we'll have that's done on demand, how many people want the event, or how many people play the event, how many people are active, how many of them come into the game. It's a lot. It all basically boils down to supply and demand, but like, it's really, really, really hard to predict. Yep. One of the most incorrect investments I think the whole community was wrong on it was Mage's Staff. I really liked Mage's Staff. I thought it was a really cool vanity. It's worth 550k now. And I bought a bunch on my main account for like 2 to 4 mil. And I did not do well. I try to show you guys, like, yes, I've done pretty well on investments historically, but mistakes also happen. And they're always going to, you will never, have 100%. The best you can hope for is like a 60 to 80% success rate, in my opinion, when it comes to investments in PokeMMO. If you can do 60 to 80%, you'll make really good profits in the long run. Great question. Dude, much love to you, research. Holy shit. I had back pain. Dude, holy fuck. Back pains are like one of the worst pains, dude. Much love to you, dude. Oh my god, that's brutal. Much love to you. Hopefully, is it gone now? Is that the... Oh my god, much love to you, dude. There are certain, like, things that when they hurt, they affect everything that you do. Like back pain, collarbone breaks. I've had that, collarbone pain, hip pain. I can only imagine, like... That shit is everything. Every movement hurts, Anyways. Are these both? This stream recap's gonna be long as hell, bro. Yes, yeah. Yep. Are these both just stream recap clips? You guys are asking great questions today. Oh my god, that's so loud. Sorry, one sec. When it got added. Oh man, I think Johto was the... Okay. Sorry to jumpstart you guys. Holy shit. Okay, I think both of these are... This Jimmy run's fucking ass. I'm so inefficient. But that's okay. We also died to Misty and stuff, so... Let me move both of these over to the stream recap. Today's stream recap gonna be long as hell. We have some movie takes to do as well. I watched a bunch of new movies in theaters recently. Shoulders, yeah, true. Oh god. Anyways, I don't want to go down the injury. I love talking. I've injured myself a lot. Injuries are, but like, they're not. A lot of people don't want to hear about injury talk. It kind of irks, which I understand. I don't want to go down that. We've gone down that path many times on stream. We don't have to do it today. Halloween event is in like 10 days, dude. I'm fucking hyped, man. I'm hyped up. I'm really curious. I need to talk to Spidget. I need to I want to know Spidget's thoughts on VGC, on his thoughts of like, is Spidget actually here? If Spidget is here, I think today would be an amazing day to like hop on stream if he's willing and talk to him about his thoughts on VGC. And he was in chat earlier. If he's willing to pop in Discord, that would be fucking awesome. Great day to yap. So you just collect permanent pain as you grow older. I try to knock on wood every day. I don't have a whole lot of physical problems. I'm really lucky with that. I feel like my physical genes are like really good, and I'm very lucky for that. My mental genes, we gotta iron those out. But we do. I think we do a pretty good job. Okay, I think we do okay. You know what? I think we have fun. We ride the waves, we ride the roller coaster. I think we do pretty good, fellas. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like things turn out okay. Even good, I might argue. I was just gonna cause Woofy to retire, but dude, I mean, this is a crapshoot, but if Woofy ever wants to try PokeMMO VGC, I will use whatever funds I have access to. I will try to fund whatever Pokemon he needs. If he doesn't want to have to like build the team, that takes so long, you know. It's a crapshoot to just say that, but yeah, anything to get people to check out, anything to get big Pokemon creators to check out would be amazing. I tried it. Now I think I reached out to Jan, what's his name, Pichow, Pokemon Challenges. I reached out to him when I was at, I want to say 50k subs on YouTube, which is obviously not that much, and I reached out to him, but it's like, you know, it's something. I shouldn't say not that much. It's like something, right? I reached out to him and I was like, hey man, here's why I think PokeMMO would actually be a really interesting game for you to Nuzlocke. It's never this was back when a hardcore Nuzlocke had never been done. No one had ever beaten a hardcore Nuzlocke in PokeMMO. I was the only person to have recorded a Nuzlocke and upload that. Like, I was the first person to complete a Nuzlocke with proof in PokeMMO. No one had ever done a hardcore, and I was like, there's all these reasons like reasons why like PokeMMO is actually a really interesting game to Nuzlocke. The 4 item max thing, obviously, I guess in hardcore wouldn't matter, but like all the trainers, the AI is more difficult. All the trainers have like really interesting move pools. Blaine has access to, you know, perfect coverage to counter like any I think PokeMMO is a really interesting Nuzlocke, right? You have Gen 9 balancing, you have teleport buff, you have mons with different move sets. Like, it's a very custom, different, challenging Pokemon game to Nuzlocke. And I tried to present my arguments. I DM'd him on Twitter. He never got back. Which, why would, you know? That's not a shot towards him. Why would he get back to me? He's probably so fucking busy. Probably gets so many Twitter DMs. Like, you know, he's a popular fucking fella, man. But I'm just saying, like, I tried to. I would love if other people would try PokeMMO. Game Freak might notice. I don't think it matters. I could, in my opinion, I think Game Freak knows about PokeMMO. They're not like, oh wow, what's this like. They just don't have the legal grounds, in my opinion. I don't think they have a B for. I don't think a big Pokemon content creator playing PokeMMO would change anything. I don't think it matters. I know this actually because Ludwig, who else? Ludwig, not Small Ant, his Point Crow, Ludwig, Point Crow. These guys have streamed PokeMMO already to tens of thousands of viewers. We've already seen it for days and days at times. It doesn't change anything. We've literally have the evidence, right? It's not the, be a pain though. That was the, so I literally told Pokemon Challenges, right? I told Pokemon Challenges, Bendy, I'll pay for any amount of, it was when XP candies got released. I was like, there's this thing called XP candies. I know that he hacks in rare candies for his Nuzlocke runs because understandably, I get it, right? I'll pay for all the XP candies that you need if you want to play, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, that's my, I could be wrong, Dodster. That's my understanding. Lately, yeah, I don't think it's, yeah. Put up a petition for Woofy to play. I am gonna be honest, I don't love that idea, because as a content creator I would find it really annoying if people, because like he should play whatever he wants to play. I'm not like, I think it's cool to like, what's the word, I don't know, I don't want to pressure him to play. I think it's good to ask him, hey, have you ever, you know, PokeMMO is coming out with a VGC game mode soon. It's the most popular Pokemon MMO. If you want to check it out, hell yeah. I don't know. But it's also, so to be fair, if you want to talk the legal side of things, the only real legal problem with Woofy playing PokeMMO is that Pokemon might stop. Do they sponsor him at times, or at least they sponsor his travel to events sometimes? That would probably like, so I don't think it's worth it for Woofy. I don't think, like, which I agree with. Why would he do that? You know, he shouldn't put himself at risk just for a video. Look at what weeks he played. I feel like it would be really fun. I mean, it would be crazy. It'd be really fun, man. Like, imagine how many people would try VGC. You know, if he, yeah. Yeah, I totally agree, Vincer. The real fear is just the, like, Game Freak and Nintendo do have sway and power, so like it would be, yeah, I think it'd be, the real thing is sponsorship conflicts, and the real thing is just maybe being in the bad graces of Nintendo. That would be the real problem, versus like any sort of legal action against PokeMMO. Which, why would he do that? I totally get that. It's tough, man. And there's a reason why PokeMMO is the best Pokemon game a lot of people have never heard of, you know? I mean, I don't think so. I don't think so, Cyril. Because I mean, look, I have 72,000 subscribers. Like, I feel, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's like a ban. I don't think they would ban Woofy or like get rid of him. Like, I think they would just because that, yeah, for a lot of reasons. Yes, art for, I don't know if you've heard me say this, I couldn't agree more. I don't think PokeMMO and people who are playing Nintendo made Pokemon games are the same market. I think it's a totally different market. Like, I think people who are playing PokeMMO are people who don't play modern day Pokemon games, or it's people who will quit PokeMMO for like 2 weeks, which is a lot. I've seen so many Team Mr. like high-end level Pokemon players do this. So many Team Mr. members and high-level players quit PokeMMO for 2 weeks, take a break for 2 weeks, go play the new Pokemon game, beat it in 2 weeks because there's not a whole lot, you know, not enough content there, and then come back to PokeMMO. So there's literally like no conflict of interest, or like almost no conflict of interest, like, in my opinion. Performance, Pat? I did what well, I don't know. I see the argument you're making is if you're playing official Pokemon, I don't think they would ever come after, try to ban Woofy. I don't think that matters. I think it comes down to they might stop sponsorships or try to, like, I don't think it would, that feels so extreme, even for Nintendo, and I don't know that they're kind of crazy, you know? This is a total shift in conversation topics, but if you guys do, okay, 2025 has been the first year where I have played newly released video games since like 2012. Have you guys been playing games this year? Games are fucking good. like it's actually the indie game, especially indie games that have released this year are there's so many good games, bro. I haven't played Ball X Pit, but everybody's like all over like Ball X Pit. Everybody loves Silk Song, you know, Hollow Knight Silk Song. I loved Clover Pit, Mega Bonk, Clover Pit, Nubby's Number Factory. I love that game. There's been so many amazing, fun little indie games this year, dude. I feel like we're seeing a return in video games to simplicity. This is just my like opinions slash rant slash anecdotal observations. And I'm doing the same thing. I feel like for so long, I think it was really like the Skyrimification of games. And I say that with love, because Skyrim is like in my top 8 favorite games. I love Skyrim. It's an amazing fucking game, right? I think Skyrim is the best open world RPG that exists. I think if aliens came down from Earth and said, hand us one video game, what's your best video? I would give them Skyrim. I think Skyrim is the best objective game ever made. Having said that, I think Skyrim made everybody be like, oh shit, we all need really in-depth, really complicated. I heard good things about E33, but I haven't played it. Everybody needs like everybody wants to make a really complicated, really long open world, like, and we made all these complicated games. Skyrim, Borderlands 2, the later Fallouts, like, you know, we had all these like complicated, in-depth RPGs, and I feel, and we loved them for a while, but I feel like we're getting a little, I feel like now it's like, I just want to play Mega Bonk and like walk around, like it's like an arcade game. Like I feel like we're kind of taking a step back and being like, okay, let's, we need more arcadey style games. I think a lot of games, we have arcadey style games like Mega Bonk, like Clover Pit, Balatro. Balatro is still an in-depth game, but it's also simple in a way. Like we're getting a lot more arcadey style games in my opinion. I think that's fucking games you can come home from work, load up, play a few rounds, and get off. And I think it's so fun, man. It's really, really cool. I played Z to A to try, but it hasn't not enough content. All the graphics are but in the PS2, which that's yeah, that's rough. Did I shut my ultimate mini account at the same time? Wow, I would love if you have a screenshot of that, Kool-Aid. That is like really, really rare. That is like really, really, really cool. I'll make a Massive World is a good video game. Yeah, and I love Massive. I'm not trying to like dick on Massive World RPGs. I still think that's my favorite kind of game. Like, I love that shit. I love it so much, you know. But yeah, it's interesting. Hard to say either way. I guess Twitters have midstream. Yeah, that's the I would revert, but maybe a video versus stream is different. To give you to give points towards your argument, Cerulia. I think Point Crow mentioned like not making a video on, he streamed Pokemon but wouldn't make a video on it because he was worried about it. So like, you know, and he would know, you know, people the content creators who are in that position would know better than me, you know. I'm barely here. I'm the budget. I know. It's like the fucking the new Aziz Ansari movie. He's like talking to Keanu Reeves. Hold up, you're my budget guardian angel. Hold on, I'm watching a budget streamer. What the hell? Budget content creator? Yo, it's Call Me Sensei Pog. That's a gamer. Not every game needs to be open world. Yeah, more games like Hades. I think we're getting a lot more like arcadey kind of games, like you know, in my opinion. Bro, Pat, this chili cheese burrito talk about better be good. Okay, wait. Let me qualify. I don't think the chili cheese burrito is good, but I think it's good. Does that make sense? Like it actually should not be like the chili cheese burrito from Taco Bell is fucked up. It should not be good. It's literal slop in a tortilla, but it is so fucking tasty to me. And maybe that's I might just be psychotic. I need you to know that before you bite into that slop vessel and are confused. Like, wait a minute, this is bad. I thought this was good. Well, it's good to me, and that that is a very different meaning, you know. Tasty slop sounds insane. It is insane. It is insane. Whew. I got 4 of the events. Now that I have, what should I make the raids? Ooh, I have a video for you. Thanks for the good question. 20 Pokemon to prepare for. Here you go. If you have the 4 Pokemon prepared, there's about 20 Pokemon you need prepared, in my opinion, to do like all the Halloween raids. Maybe even all the raids for like Halloween, Lunar New Year event, and Christmas, but we'll have to see. And things could always change as well. I am a slop enjoyer. I really am. I very much am a slop enjoyer. Thank you again, Husty. Husty primed 2 hours ago, but I don't know. I wanted to say thank you to him again, so because I was during the stream recap, so it was pretty fast. So thank you. If you guys enjoy the streams and my guides have been helpful to you, and you can, those are like the two things, okay? If my content has been helpful enough to you to warrant it, and you can afford it, YouTube memberships, Twitch primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal/Venmo donations are actually the best way to support, because those take less of a cut than the other platforms. But any sort of above me on support, fan support is what allows me to be here. It's what gives me the time. Now, with the fan support that I get, I don't have to pick up a Taco Bell shift. But you know, it's one of those things. Like, so I'm honored. I can make the videos that I do because of the fan support. So thank you guys so much. I just want to, you know, I don't shill it enough. I probably should say it a little bit more throughout the streams, but I also don't love doing it, but it's important and one of those things. Thank you guys so much. You allow me to be here, seriously. Oh, okay. Content. Oops, ignore that. Fuck. The accidental, dude, I get that. The accidental copy paste. You can chat. Could you get those 20 rape them before the event starts? You could. It's possible. It's a matter of like how likely is it for the average player? Unlikely, but like, I don't, 10 days is like a decent amount of time. If you have Twitch primes, yeah, Twitch primes are amazing because it's free for you guys. If you already have, if you purchase Amazon Prime, if you have Amazon Prime, you can just give me your Twitch Prime every month, and it's a free way to support me. I really appreciate it. Taco Bell shit is underrated. Dude, I am. It's really stupid, but it's probably like the thing that I consider it. I've considered it a fair amount. I've considered, like, if streaming ever starts to go south, just picking up a Taco Bell shift. The problem is, number one, I don't need to be eating any more Taco Bell. Number two, fast food is like, I don't, there's probably some food scientists who, I don't know this, right? But it feels like fast food is fucking engineered to not fill you. It like literally it might be like that. To me is like the worst part about fast food. Like, you can down 2,000 calories of Taco Bell and fucking not feel it. Like, I feel like, holy crap, dude. Number one, Boomzilla, I savor the prime, and the shilling actually worked. Thank you guys. I mean, it matters a lot. Thank you guys so much. Boomzilla for the prime. Thank you so freaking much. And then bro, Research Bear, the king, the legend, the classic of the community. It's really important. Like, sometimes people, I can vouch as a viewer of tons of content. I can vouch for this. Reminders are important. Sometimes I'm watching a YouTube video and I'm like, dude, this YouTube video is so fun. I'm so entertained. I'm enjoying myself so much. And I haven't even clicked the like button yet. And the YouTuber will be like, hey, make sure to click that like button if you enjoy. And I'm like, yo, I actually did enjoy. Let me click the like button. Like, honestly, before I was a YouTuber, I probably almost never clicked the like button on YouTube videos. And it kind of, I look back and I'm like, damn, how many YouTube videos did I thoroughly enjoy and just forget to click the like button on? And it helps them a ton. It's really, like, it's a really nice small thing you can do. It's you know, it sounds dumb, but I don't know, it is really important to talk about, and you know, yada 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 yada. One of those things. Reminders are important because sometimes people are enjoying the content and you just don't think about it. Why would you? You know, I didn't think about it until I was a content creator myself, so I totally get it. Oh, thank you, Research, dude. Thank you so much, man. And Boomzilla, thank you both, dude. Yeah, yep, exactly. Yeah, I literally do the same thing. Like, it's not like a, you know, yeah, you guys aren't liking YouTube videos, you're a bad person. Like, you know, it's not, that's insane. Like, it's more of just like a reminder. Is just, there's a reason why creators do it, because it is, yeah. Yeah, like that's, and once again, yeah, I don't want to get like I get like hyped up over it, but I'm the same fucking way, Cerulean. We're like, yeah, I've started to really try to like creators now because it's just, it helps a ton. It's a really small little thing, but it helps. Anyways. All right, that is our gym rerun done. Or Entei, or not? Yeah, Entei. I read the Arcanine name and someone renamed it. Brain destroy myself. Level 69 on the Entei, back over 2 mil again. So we're back in the safety zone to some extent. I would really like to have at least 2 mil heading into event. Maybe like 1.5 is fine heading into event season. It's honestly totally fine if we like spend all of our money during the Halloween event for whatever reason. I don't know what we would spend it on, but whatever. I don't know. We'll see. Ooh, I saw a shiny Porygon there for a quick second. I got distracted. But anyways, that's our Jimmy run done. Now we have 2 things left. We need the Amulet coin farm and XP train. The question is, which one do we want to do first? I'm going to go do at least like a little bit of Amulet coin farming first because I literally only have 1 Amulet coin left. So I really want to make sure I can get to a bit of that, right? Before, and then I can go XP train whenever. So let's go Amulet coin first. And it's possible. People have been asking me, will there be a shiny boost during the Halloween event, Patrouski, or will there be a there's been like Pokeyen boost? I don't know. I don't remember what the Halloween event did last year. I know in the Christmas event they usually do a shiny boost, and then in the Lunar New Year event they usually do a Pokeyen boost. I don't remember if they did anything. Someone could remind me. I don't know if they did anything for the Halloween event. We'll have to see. But they usually do like certain little passive boosts. Maybe an XP boost would be really cool to see. That would honestly be amazing. Certain little boosts. We'll have to just keep an eye out for that. But I'm gonna go start my Amulet coin farming. It's just so fun. I do enjoy it. Like, it sounds ironic, but yeah, I didn't have it. Thank you. That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. Missed. Yo, perfect timing, Drells. Hey, Drells, the fucking Halloween event comes in 10 days. So if you're starting your 2-week phase, maybe extend it to like 4 weeks. You know, the Halloween event's coming up. Woof. Throw all this in here. Let's grab this over here. Oh, let's grab our Frisk. Where's our Bayonet at? Oh, I'm stupid. Where's our Bayonet? In my inventory. I see. Weavile, HM friend, and like damp Pokemon just in case. I need a sweet scent mod as well. Whoopsie. Let's just go Smeargle over the Breloom. Thank you, Kool-Aid. See if I can find it. That is really fucking cool. One sec. Chop it all. What's your IGN again? What's your IGN, Kool-Aid, so I can properly like credit you? I do have a basic. Okay. Do you have a video on how to teach how to build teams on YouTube? I have a really basic one, but I would, yeah, what Sasquatch said, I would recommend you check out like real PvP creators. I can teach you the basics of PvP. I cannot go beyond that. It's out of my depth. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys with that versus like pretend I know more than I do and maybe lead you down the wrong path, right? So I can teach the basics of PvP. Beginners PvP guide. I have videos on it. I really do recommend I think my beginners PvP guide is good. I really do recommend it. But I also recommend checking out other creators. You know, I think this is a good guide. There's the beginner's guide. And then here is a much older 3-year, but it's still like the core of this is true. This is a basic guide on building like a balanced team in PokeMMO. But then I would go check out AFC Adino, Spidget, go check out some creators, you know, who do specialize in, because PvP is a specialized thing, you know. Formats. OU, the Pokemon formats are going to be different than like the ban systems and stuff. Fire Haze. Like OU is the most popular format in PokeMMO. For reference, let's go check. For reference, there has been in the past 21 days, just this month, there's been 289,000 OU games played. Event season. I've done that the problem is I've done that so many times in my Iron Man videos. Sharon, if you're looking for like a guide, if you're looking for like what mons you should prepare, I have guides on that. It'd be easier to go check those out than like taking my time to do that on stream. If you want those guides, let me know. All right, this is legendary. This is really fucking cool. This comes from, ironically, the player in game named Cool, Kuhl. He managed to catch 2 shiny Pokemon, one on his main account and one on his alt account at the exact same time. He was shunting on 2 accounts and he lined up the catch down to the second. They are both caught on 10-15 2025 at 3:48:02 p.m. This is really cool. As someone who like I've seen Team Mr. members like trying to line up their catches, and it's really hard to do, to like count down like 3 2 1. That is really fucking impressive. It's really cool to see. Congrats to him. That's even obviously literally just getting 2 shinies at the same time is already hard, let alone catch them at the same time is still really stupidly hard for, you know, hilariously, right? That is a crazy cool thing to see. But it is good, Shmini. What's up, man? Just busy. Just trying to get everything I can possibly done, you know? Busy as per usual. It's so unlikely. Yeah, it's so cool, man. Do we make a guide video to figure out which ripper to prepare a video from Patrouski to watch? So yeah, I have a here, I have a here's the most in-depth guide that I have, which is every I once again, guys, all I asked of you is that you Google questions before asking in stream. That's all. With all due respect, that's all I asked, because if you Google questions.
Thanks from B00Mzilla.
I was like, what's that? Wait a minute, what's that noise? Thanks for all the help in-game mechanics, storyline videos. Wanted to give back after the dude. Thank you, Sierra. Let me.
What's up, Jack? Me off.
Play it again. Absolutely. Bro, thank you so much, man.
Help with in-game mechanics and storyline videos. Just wanted to give back for all the hours of watched. Haha.
Dude, I appreciate it, man.
B00Mzilla.
Thank you so much. The content, like I always want the content to be free, but when people like you go above and beyond and support, it allows it to stay free. You know, not that I'll ever price gate it, but it allows it to exist. Like that allows support like that allows my content to exist. So thank you so fucking much, man. Like it literally is like that big of a difference. It means that much. Thank you for the $10, man. I really appreciate that. Boom. Thank you, man. Okay. Sorry, I almost missed that for a quick sec. Okay, what was I talking about? Okay. Control and left click. And that's a tough Google. You can't really find that. Control plus left click. Antonis? Sorry if I butchered the name. So there's I linked the every raid Pokemon to prepare guide, and then here is the 20 raid Pokemon to prepare for the Halloween events. Well, if you Google like raid Pokemon to make, hopefully that, yeah. I started Group Ironman with 2 other friends. Any consideration for Group Ironman, specifically any thoughts on how to play efficiently? Group Ironman. I haven't thought about it enough. It's a great question. I think the biggest thing, if you want to play a Group Ironman and be decently efficient, Shiny Ponyta incoming, don't you dare speak those words. Okay, anyways. Delegate tasks. If you want to play a Group Ironman and try to play efficiently, okay, you Amulet coin farm, you focus on Everstone farming, you focus on making Pokeyen, you focus on like catching for profit or catching for breeds or IV, have everybody like on a specific task is probably one of the most efficient ways you could do it. And then you can all trade between each other, and like, one guy farms Amulet coins for 100 Amulet coins and then gives 25 to each, and you all do Jimmy runs, and yeah. That's all, Sharon. That's all that everything you're asking is answered in my guides. I would watch no disrespect, watch the guides. Once again, Google things before asking. So if you want to, I have a PokeMMO event prep or event season 2025 prep guide. Here you go. If you guys have questions about the event season, you know, please check out this guide first. I always compare it to, like, it's kind of like being an author who writes books on finance, right? And then every time I go to a convention, somebody asked, hey man, how do I make money? And it's like, my brother and I spent 20 years writing books. Read the books. Like, what do you come on, no disrespect, but like all my thoughts are in the books. Like, I don't have the time to tell everybody my thoughts. I make a video and then you can go watch them, and then yeah. With all the respect, I hope that's understandable and not, you know, too harsh. There are certain, you know, really good specific niche questions, and I love those, but general stuff answered via videos. This motherfucker doesn't have 7 TV. Point and laugh. Yeah, that's crazy. How do I read? I'm not that great at it myself, you know. Group Iron Man comes from a term from RuneScape. It's an Iron Man account that you make with, like, usually like 4 people in total, three other people, and you're allowed to trade between each other, and that's it. You could even do it with like 20. Like, it is an easier Iron Man game mode, but it's also a lot of fucking fun. Like, Iron Man with your friends, it's like a small economy. You can kind of, like, that's really cool, you know. Hello, it is Choco. I'm at a friend's house waiting for him to poo here. It's really funny that you're at a friend's house and he just happened to have like Twitch open. That's that's really funny. He watches you. That's cool. That's awesome. That actually is really fucking wholesome. Let's turn his PC off. That's crazy. I turn mine off at night, every night. Sometimes I forget, but usually every night. Your mom doesn't repeat my name. I mean, that's okay. Fair, but fuck you. But valid. But also, heck you. His Discord is open. Okay, that's that's fucking evil, bro. Hopping on your friend's Discord when you're at his house to like message people. You're gonna get, bro, allegations, bro. Okay, chill. Don't be doing that shit. Yo, what's up? How you doing, man? Pinto. What's up, dude? I know how unhinged you can get, Choco. People we both know. Yeah, fair. Love you, Pat. I love you too, Hash. What's up, dude? Okay, Frisk. Show me Amulet coin. Today honestly might be a decent day for Jimmy Run music, dude. I'm feeling it. If you Google that, over to Butt Scratcher we go. I love that. I'm like, yeah, it's nice to have a generally more mature community, you know, yada yada yada. Anyways, over to our Pokemon named Butt Scratcher, which I did not name, by the way. My community named. Quick Claw, by the way. Cringe. I'm literally cringing. Is bro flexing his... Someone posted item... Okay, item magnet charm. Pog. Group Iron Man is a ton of fun. You just yeah. The problem is, let me Google that for you.com is so mean. It's so I got hit by the let me Google that for you one time, but it's mean, but it's effective. Okay, I got hit by that from someone when I was probably like 12 years old, and I never asked anybody a question before Googling it ever again for the rest of my life. It's really, but I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed in the moment. I felt so bad. It hurt so much, but it worked, man. It worked, dude. I don't know, man. It's a tough, you know, a tough meme. I don't like to hit people with it. It feels really mean, but it is honestly very effective. It would certainly stop, but it's too mean. Also, as a content, it's just so mean to like new players and stuff as well. Like yes, it's a tough balance. I love answering questions and I love talking to you guys, but I don't have time to answer every question. Like, hey, how should I prepare for the event season 200 times every stream, right? I can't answer the same question 100 times a stream. It's too much. That's why I make, you know, if a question is asked a ton, I make a video on it, you know? That's the beauty of the dynamic, you know? You guys ask questions in stream. If you ask a question enough times, I'll make a video on it. Bullying works? Yeah, that kind of... yeah, fuck. But it's not worth it, you know? It's gonna have negative effects as well. It's nice to get some encounters as well. My encounter counter has been like... I've been stuck at 14k for a little bit, it feels like. Mom, what's for dinner? Yeah, if you Google that, dumbass son, then you'd find the answer. Okay, wait a minute, Scooty. That's not... wait a minute. That's not true or what I'm saying. It did take me a long time. It wasn't until I was talking to like my, I have a 55-year-old friend. I know I'm weird, whatever. But I was talking to my friend who, like, you know, is a lot older than me, doesn't understand content creation as much. And I was talking to him about it, and he was like, dude, that just sounds like customer service. And I was like, huh. I never really thought of it like that, but yeah, it kind of like a lot of streaming is like customer, not all of it, but like a huge part of it, a lot of what I do, answering questions and making guides, a lot of it's customer service. And the beautiful part is it's customer service, but I can ban people I don't like, which is like, imagine at McDonald's, you could fucking be like, hey, fuck you, get out of here, you're pissing me off today. Like, you can't do that, you'll get fired, and that sucks. Like, I'm lucky to where I can be like, hey man, like, you're not helping the stream, piece of Reno, you know? It's customer service, but I can, like, I have control. I can time people out, I can ban people. That is a fucking, you know, that's a big thing, you know? Dude, thank you for playing the game, Fritz. I love this game. I'm just happy to see people playing it. I'm happy to, like, this game has gone through some crazy ups and downs. It's cool to see, man. It's cool to see. It's cool to be here in this moment, you know? It's really beautiful to see. Yeah, you can be a tyrannical ruler as a content creator. Guards, me to the mods, apprehend this person. Send him to the gulags. Mods. It's awesome, dude. If I'm losing the new megas, I haven't seen the full list, but I honestly don't know. Well, I don't really keep up with modern Pokemon as much as I, maybe should. I actually did like the Dragonite one, even though he's goofy. I really don't like the Starmie. Yo, dude, happy to have you, Cody. What's up, dude? Really don't like the Starmie. I like the Dragonite. The Drampa one is cool. I need to like see a full list. If I see a full list of all the majors, I could decide, but I don't really have a... Let me see if I can find it. Full list of all new Mega Pokemon 2025. Let me see. Show me pictures. Are there 63 new megas? Wait, what? Or no, are these just all the megas in the game? Okay. I think there's just megas that were like Mega Pidgeot, Mega Ampharos, Beat. These already existed. Okay. Image of all new megas. Pokemon Z to A. Why is this so hard to find? Why is there not a collective image on the internet? This didn't frisk, correct? I don't think so. Clefable got bonked in the head. At least a lot of new ones. Yes, from what I've heard. Okay, is this kind of... They might look a little bit different than this, but is this kind of accurate? Is this here? Is this list accurate, chat? Also, spoiler alerts for Z to A. Spoiler warning, spoiler warning, spoiler warning, spoiler warning, spoiler warning. Mega Starmie is easily the worst. Let's do like row by row. Make it bigger. Mega Starmie is ass. Mega Starmie is... Does Mega Starmie have a Pinor here? What the fuck? Am I crazy? Do you guys see... I do not like Mega Starmie. I'm not a fan. I hate Mega Starmie. It's easily the worst one. Mega Clip, these are actually, it's okay. It's what's funny is a lot of these are really good in my opinion, but I feel like the only ones I see on social media are the shitty ones. I've only seen Mega Starmie and Dragonite because they're like controversial. Mega Clefable looks fucking sick. Mega Dragonite's wrong. Is that true? The wings like bigger or whatever. Mega Clefable looks fucking awesome there. Mega Victory Bell is insane. That's a goop sack. That's not good. Mega Clefable looks fucking awesome. Meganium's, I don't love Meganium. It's kind of messy. But like Mega fucking is like early concept. Mega Feraligatr and Emboar look fucking crazy. Those look so good. Like, that is insane. Let's see if I can find a more accurate list. Why is it literally so hard to find? This is the best list I can find, so whatever. It's not perfect, but whatever. Feraligatr looks bad. I love Feraligatr the way it looks here, personally. I think this looks fucking sick. They look worse in game. Meganium I don't love. The Emboar is fucking insane. The Emboar is so sick. Next up. Mega Scolipede? Mega Frostlass does not looks very cool in game from what I've seen. Okay, the problem is a lot of these are decently different. Mega Starmie, I can't really tell based on this visual. Mega Excadrill looks exactly how you would expect it to. Mega Excadrill reminds me a lot of Mega Blastoise. Poker Beach article. Can you link it? YouTube chat might delete. I literally, it's so hard to find. Poker Beach. New Megas Z-Day. Full breakdown of all the new... Okay. Poker Beach. Fuck. Poker Beach. I closed it. Oh my god. Okay, Feraligatr does look like ass in game. What the fuck? Why would they do that? Wait, Emboar looks like ass in game too. Wait, these all look like ass in game. What? Wait. No shot. One sec. These all look like... That's so sad. They actually look good. Maybe it's the sprites. I usually say, like, to each their own. But, like, these all look worse in-game. Like, this looks so much worse. The Mega Clefable looks so much shittier. The Victory Bell, I think, actually looks a little bit better, perchance. But it's still a goop sack. Let me fix it. One sec. It's still not good. The Starmie is horrid. Literally a thing of nightmares. Horrible, horrible, horrible. The Dragonite is like one of the better ones, which is kind of fucked up. The Meganium looks better, or slash fine here. It's still pretty goofy. And then, the Feraligatr is off to the side. What? Okay, what is this website? Why are you doing this to me, Poker Beach? Why is it impossible to find a list? Why is it literally this hard to like actually view them? Whatever, one sec. This looks like ass. What the fuck? Why is this the sprite? Starmie looks... I almost said good, but I don't even know if he does. I'm not a new Pokemon hater. I swear. Yeah, the concept arts all look so much better. I think the Frostlass looks cool. I think the Frostlass is actually really cool. Whimsical, beautiful. This looks like ass. Bro, the Emboar concept art looks so good. Why does it look fucking like dog shit here? And look at this. The Excadrill, the Excadrill concept art was so cool. Why does this look goofy as fuck? Why does this look like dog shit? How do you have insane concept arts? Ah! What? What is... What are you doing? These look like fan... Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't like hating, okay? I'm sorry. These look like shitty fan arts from like 2011. These look like the YouTube videos where it was like a Xbox 720. These look insane. Who made these? The Strafty actually looks better than I think the Strafty actually looks fine. And it's not quite a mega, but it looks better than the concept art. I don't hate this. The Strafty's fine. Mega Electros. I think this looks pretty interesting. I actually really like this. It has false electrics on the... This is actually cool. I like this personally. I get if you don't. Mega Chandelure. I don't know how I feel about this. I like the idea of making it a more complex, more expanded chandelier, but you didn't do a good job at... You just added a full another chandelier underneath it. I feel like this is... I like the idea, but I feel like it's ass. That's so sad, man. This is like fine. I really like Chestnut as a Pokemon. This is like fine. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's particularly good. I think it's... I like the shields on his back. The white shields. I think it's fine. This... I actually really don't care for Delphox. This is like one of the best ones. Fucking the flying witch and her fucking broomsticks. This is actually one of the best ones, in my opinion. Hear me out. Mega Greninja is This is Mega Greninja. So, okay, he's on a water shuriken. Is that the meme? That's cool in theory, but there's not enough going on. That's it. His whole mega form is he gets... I feel like Greninja might be one of the most desired, one of the most beloved Pokemon, right? Like people always... I always saw like fan arts of what Mega Greninja could look like. What he's gonna do with his tongue, you know, yada, yada, yada. This is just so nothing. Why would you do as little as possible? Why would you... You just give him a shuriken? Is that even a mega, or is it like... Okay, this is a joke. This is not real. I actually don't believe this one. This one's a prank. I think PokeBeach uploaded the wrong file. There's no way. This is one of the worst Pokemon I've... This is like the Dunsparce level. This is insane. These are really bad. I really liked Gen 9 Pokemon. I actually think, not the games, I didn't play the games. I thought Gen 9 Pokemon's design was really good. I really liked Lechonk. I thought it was Gen 9 Pokemon design. I think some of the best designs we've seen since Gen 5. Personally, my opinion, my preference. I really, really liked Gen 9 Pokemon design. I'm not a hater of new Pokemon design on average, okay? Mega Eternal Floaty. This is fine. This is like interesting. I don't hate this one. I need more time to look at it and come to terms with it. I don't hate it. This one's pretty crazy and like wacky. I think it's kind of cool. It's very not like Pokemon, but at least it's like fucking mad scientist. Like, this is at least beautiful and interesting, and like it's, you know, I could see the argument of it's very not Pokemon looking, but it's actually fucking interesting and pretty and like neat. I also do like Mega Barbaracle. I don't know if it's a hot take, or I think this is really cool. I think Mega Barbaracle is quite cool. Mega Dragaggle. What the fuck? I can't even visually tell what's happening. I have no idea what's going on. Does it have a face? Where is its face? Are these berries at the top the faces? This is like the dragon poison Pokemon. It says this is up here. This is This looks like a second grader drew. This looks horrible in my. It's messy, not clear, horrible looking. I really do not like this personally. Mega Halucha, kind of plain, not a whole lot changed. Made him a little thicker. But if you're gonna do a plain Mega, I think this is how you do it. I actually think this is good. I love Halucha is a very cool Pokemon. That is like, if we get like Gen 6 plus Pokemon into PokeMMO, I would love to see Halucha in this game. I think it's such a fucking cool Pokemon. Very, very cool Pokemon. I think this is actually quite cool. It's very simple, but quite cool, in my opinion. Mega Complete Zygarde. Kind of goofy. He's just got a big hammer. But I don't hate it. I don't hate it. We're getting to some better ones. Mega Drampa, one of the cooler ones in my opinion. Mega Drampa is fine. Mega Phalanx. I wish they made him... I like the idea here. I wish they made him like a little bit taller. I wish they used like 2 more little guys here. Even if it's more guys than he normally has, he's a Mega. You know, like I like the idea of he's like a Power Ranger. He like changed his formation to like be a soldier. That's cool. But I wish they would have made him a little bit bigger. He's too small. Slightly too small. Yeah, that's the Mega evolutions, man. That's really disappointing. That's really crazy. A lot of them are really bad. And I'm a big, once again, believer of modern Pokemon. I actually wish the best for modern Pokemon, okay? That was rough, dude. Mega Evos are like the big 50. I have a video talking about this, Frigid Husky. I can link the everything we know about Gen 6. And this is not just my thoughts, but also everything the devs have ever mentioned about Gen 6 ever of all time is in here, you know. I think Megas are the most 50-50 thing when it comes to PokeMMO. It's literally like down the middle in my opinion, like straight 50-50. Don't be rude to a short king. I mean, fair, reasonable. Mega Drampa. I think I covered the Mega Drampa, right? Maybe I was too fast. I like Mega Drampa. I wouldn't call it amazing. I think it's cool. Mega Evo. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. No, maybe I might have gone pretty fast with it. Have you seen the Mega? Yes, I have seen the. Yes, I have seen that they added anti-homeless benches in Pokemon. I can't even... Don't get me started because that shit is really close to me. I think it's one of the most disgusting things that we employ in society is anti-homeless benches and almost any anti-homeless technology. I literally think is like... I think it's evil. I think it is like... I think it's actually one of the most evil things you can do. I think it's really fucked up. Yeah. I think it's really, anyways, I think it's super fucked up, but that's a whole, what are you going to do? To begin with. Yeah. I mean, that's a whole, yeah. I think the more time that passes, the number goes up. If you asked people in PokeMMO, do you want Gen 6 back in like 2020, even prior to 2020, 2015, people were talking about that, I guess. I don't know, man. It's tough to say. People wanted them to stop at Gen 5 way back in like 2015. That was like being discussed. But even then, like, I think it changes over. You get more used to it. I am at the point where I would honestly like Gen 6 Plus in PokeMMO personally. Well, I don't know. I'm neutral towards it. Like I literally would. I don't know. I'm neutral towards it. I really just want a lot of my Pokemon opinions, PokeMMO opinions. I just want whatever the people want. The community wants on average. Whatever the community wants that doesn't hurt the game. As long as it does not actively hurt the game, I'm probably fine with it. Which is why I'm against temporary incubators. Yeah, Megas are really hard to balance. It's a big problem for sure. They would definitely rebalance Megas if they were to introduce them. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't. It would be really good to see. I think we did a community poll or a community vote on how many people want Gen 6 Plus like a few years ago, and it was like very in favor of people wanting Gen 6, like shockingly so. Once again, everything we know, I'm gonna link it again. Everything we know, if you're newer to the game or haven't heard the discussions, everything we know about Gen 6 is covered in this video. It includes my thoughts, my personal opinions, as well as everything the devs have ever told us about Pokemon or about Gen 6 is all in this video. No, dude. Okay, Schmidi, you're so fucking. You never have to. It's very nice of you. I really appreciate it, man. There's a lot of. Dude, I'm really lucky. I feel like I might be. I don't want to say one of the few, but I am lucky to be a content creator that I get way more positive comments than negative ones, and it's really dumb. But like, even if you worked there's a lot. If you worked any service job, you probably relate to this. It's really hard to get positive comments. Like, people are more likely to give negative feedback than positive. If you have a really bad time at a restaurant, it really stands out to you and you like want to leave a negative review, right? Versus if you have a positive time at a restaurant, it's just run of the mill. Yeah, of course I paid money, I had a positive. Of course. Why would you leave a positive review, right? It's way harder to get. So the point is, I really appreciate those like that positive feedback means the world. There's a lot of angry people on the internet, especially right now. There's a lot of angry people in the world, miserable, angry people, and for even decent reasons. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to shame people. It is okay to be angry and miserable. It fucking sucks, but it's also parts of your life are gonna be angry and miserable. That's life. It sucks, man. And you have to just try your best not to project those feelings onto other people. That's where people go wrong, and where like it's never acceptable. Is when you project your own miserableness onto others, and it happens a lot right now on the internet because you don't see the effect of your actions and yada yada yada. So once again, all of this to say, I really fucking appreciate people who take the time. I've been getting a lot of positive comments recently, and fuck, I appreciate that, because for every like 10 positive comments, if you're like a service worker, content creator, whatever, right, every one negative comment beats out like 10 positive. Like the ratio, so you have to get like 11 positive comments to really beat out if that makes sense, the negatives stand out more in the human brain, which sucks. You got to try to fight against it, you know? Yeah, like, yeah, if you like, yeah, exactly. If you do any sort of, yeah, for sure. It's crazy. Thank you, Schmidi, is what I'm trying to say. That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much, man. Okay, wait a minute. That was a bit rapid stutter. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, it's up. What a good name. Big Riggin. Thank you for the prime, brother. Kate, Kona, any big rigs out there? Bro, I played what a good PS2 game was Big Mother Truckers or whatever. That was a banger PS2 game. Thank you for the prime, dude. Big Riggin. Hell yeah, brother. We must restore balance to the force. Pretty much, man. Like, I know it's kind of an annoying thing to say, but as a daily reminder, like, just if you have a really good time at a restaurant or really like a local restaurant, and I should do this. It's the pot calling the kettle black, right? Leave a positive review, man. Like that shit. Or like, I like to try. Nice tips are always nice if you live in America. Or saying something to their superior, or be like, it's the anti-Karen technology, bro. Be like, dude, I did this once when I had a really good, it sounds like winning the lottery. I had a really nice, really good Comcast employee, and he did such a good job installing the internet at my wife and her roommate's new apartment, and he talked me through all of it, and he talked me through it like I was a person who understood the basics of internet and technology, which I do, you know, not like I was an idiot, right? And he did such a good job. I was like, let me speak to your manager. And his manager came in, and I was like, this guy did a fucking great job. Like, you got to do the anti-Karen tech where you're like, let me see your manager, and then you're like, this guy did a great fucking job. This guy is a really you know, it feels a little embarrassing, and it feels like, for some reason, it literally feels embarrassing to like do that. But it's a how much did that person appreciate, how much did it mean to him? I hope he got a fucking promotion. We got to anti-Karen, boys. It's our generation's job. We got to anti-Karen. Ask for the manager and be like, this person's doing a fucking phenomenal job. This person is kicking ass, taking names, being kind. I don't know if it actually matters. Let me see your manager. Oh, fuck, caught. I gotta call my wife. Eboja? She's at work. Someone's asking for you. 8K draw on Zapdos. Good luck to you, man. How long till I should go with the hunt? I mean, ideally never. That, like, you never lose. Excuse me. You never lose a shiny hunt. You never lose a legendary hunt in PokeMMO until you give up. The only way you can lose in PokeMMO is by giving up, right? That's the only way. If you never give up, you will always win eventually. That's the important lesson, the beauty, the thing to learn about PokeMMO, you know? I'm really hoping I don't get a shiny Ponyta here. I'm like literally getting scared. I'm not, dude. I've gotten so few Amulet coins. Farming items has proven to be one of the most frustrating parts of the Iron Man experience. Dude, what the fuck? Dude, what the actual fuck? I've been doing this for like not an well, maybe an hour. I've been here for like 40 minutes to an hour. And I have gotten one Amulet coin. Item farming, especially Amulet coin farming, has proven to be one of the most frustrating parts of the Iron Man for sure. It's just so you have to do constantly as well. This is rough, dude. I can't. It's a big reason why event season is so important. Getting item magnet charms. Item magnet charms is going to be so good, man. I cannot wait for item magnet charms. It's going to be so huge for the Amulet coin farming. I haven't seen a Frisk in a long time. Please be a Amulet coin. I've seen a lot of, or I think I've only seen like 2 quick claws today. Maybe. Okay, here's the RNG. Hopefully the RNG is evening out, boys. Here it is. Let's show me the Amulet coin. Is it 1 Frisk? Let me see. It was 1 Frisk. Show me an Amulet coin. If it's a quick claw, we crash out. Come on, show it to me. Show me the coin. Show me the coin. Okay, we are so back on track. Yes. I'm an idiot. How did I not even think about that, Cerulean? Dude, wait, that's fucking genius, Cerulean. Whoa, my goodness. Richest charms are so good because not only do they make me more Pokeyen on my gym reruns, but they also make it so I don't have to farm Amulet coins. Holy crap. Like, that's gonna be so good. I'm like so excited, dude. Holy. Oh my goodness. I need to get as many richest charms as humanly possible. It is like the most important item, I think, in the whole event season. Every richest charm, meaning an Amulet coin that I don't have to farm, is so fucking good. This is Kindle Road. My location in game is always in the top left corner. This is Island 1 Kindle Road. That's so exciting. What's up, Bob Marty? Swing catch events. True. It's so... Event season is so good, dude. It's so busted for it. I'm excited. I spend almost all of my time playing PokeMMO right now on the Iron Man. I play my main account very, very, very little. I check in on it for like the market, but that's about it. A mini fridge and a microwave other than the new event. Dude, I'm going to be, yeah, grinding. Well, I should be able to. I think... Did they add richest charms? I believe, can't you get richest charms in all the events now, not just Lunar New Year? Or is that still... I know charms used to be only available in the Lunar New Year event, but I feel like they're available in all events now. No? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're still... I don't remember on that. I swear every year I forget everything that happened in the last in the last event season. I literally have to like the bucket ready. Oh god. I do have a mini fridge. I do. Ooh. I will be setting up the mini fridge. Let me show you guys actually. It hasn't been plugged in for a while. But this sucker will be getting plugged in during event season, and that'll be a ton of fun. Are you worried about being able to build a pumping team for the home of the GTL? Check out my Iron Man series, and it might update you on how that's going. Not to, but that's the point of it. I'm not sure. Probably Scooty, but I could be wrong. What's up, Knuckle? What's up, dude? Like a glove. It's a mini fridge. It's a very small mini fridge. Oh, that is Strudel sauce. Good point. That's actually a really good point that I didn't think about, Scooty Sauce. He said, do you think that we'll get the shiny boost back for Christmas? And initially I was like, yeah, probably, because they, you know, they re-engineered it and changed it and adjusted it so they brought it back the last 2 or 3 years, right? But he said, but we got it for Shiny Wars. And that, we didn't have it for Shiny Wars last year. They might have been moving the shiny boost from the Christmas event to now during, which I think that makes a lot more sense. And is a lot more healthy. You probably shouldn't have 2 shiny boosts in a year, in my opinion. That's just me. Well, in the wild, it's fine. Once again, I do really like that they've changed it. For a while, it was like the shiny boost was for everything, but then they changed it to only wild shinies. I think that's actually fine. What was really problematic was when it was a boost for everything, which meant like it was literally inefficient to egg hunt outside of the Christmas shiny boost. Like the strategy was to save all your fossils, save all your mysterious balls. I think that they're not, those didn't work, to be fair. But like save all your fossils and save all your dittos and all your eggs until Christmas, and then do them all then, because the shiny boost was that powerful for like rare shunts. Thankfully they changed that, which I'm really glad about. But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, we might not get a shiny boost this year during the Christmas event. I kind of hope not, honestly. I prefer like the raw odds, and then having that be a shiny war only thing would be fantastic and fit a lot more, in my opinion. I think that like literally like makes more, and then we can have the I would be down for I said XP boost. We'll probably get a money boost during the Lunar New Year event. What'd you say, Dodster? How often do you I don't use, because I just know this sounds really dumb. How often do you rely on AI to answer Pokemon questions? I just know. I know most of the Pokemon answers, and like I don't use it personally, but I have heard a lot of people that like AIs are actually like really trained up on Pokemon, which is really fucking impressive to me. That's like a newer thing, you know. We're not used to that. I've heard it's like pretty reliable. Not 100%, double check your stuff, but pretty fucking good. That's all right. So fun, yeah, I could be wrong. Just really, I'd always be wrong. Fun fact, like riches charms, XP charms, item magnet charms, right? Like all of these charms used to only be available in the Lunar New Year event, and I believe they're now available in all events. And not only that, shiny charms used to only be an item gotten from the Lunar New Year event, only from sealed product. Shiny charms used to not be in the gift shop. And fun fact, in my opinion, them adding shiny charms to the gift shop actually lost them money. It was actually better for, let me do a clip on this. Someone brought up the like riches charms, XP charms, you know, things like that in relation to item magnet charms to like the events. So if I recall correctly, all the charms used to only drop and only be available during the Lunar New Year event. It's kind of like the lucky charm event, you know? Nowadays, if I recall correctly, charms are available in all the events, in Halloween, Christmas, etc. You can get all the item magnet, XP charms, rich charms, which is really good for Ironman accounts. But on top of that, shiny charms used to only be available via a drop from sealed product during the Lunar New Year events. So shiny charms used to be way more rare and way more expensive. There was a point where shiny charms would reach like 1 million Pokeyen. It was disgusting. I have paid 800k for a shiny charm during like Team Mr. Shiny Wars, right? Yeah, shiny charms would get up to like 600, 800k, 1 million Pokeyen at times. It was insane. And I personally believe that the devs, this is a very like dev W. The devs adding the shiny charm over to the, where's it at? The devs adding the shiny charm to the RP shop actually lost them money. It was actually just a goodwill thing to do that stabilized the price of shiny charms. Because now shiny charms can never be worth more than like 250k. They're tied to the price of RP. They're never really worth more than like 250k. They brought down the price of shiny charms by putting them in the RP shop, but made them more consistently available. But there were players who would credit card swipe to buy RP. Imagine paying like $10 to buy 1,000 RP and then selling that RP to buy 2 shiny charms. Like, that's what people used to do. So now, like, now you can buy them for $1. Like, which I think literally, it's a rare instance where the devs adding something to the RP shop was actually them taking a money loss, but better for the game. And I think that's a really beautiful thing, in my opinion. You gotta like appreciate the positives where they are. You can't just be negative brained and just always talk about the negatives and focus on the negatives of the devs. There are amazing positives. You gotta talk about both, but you can't be negative brained. Was it really better? Yes. As someone who, yes, from what, how I just, did I not just explain it? Hopefully, like, if you disagree or whatever, let me know. But they would literally make more money from people credit card swiping for RP and stuff, and to credit card swipe for, because you would still credit card swipe for shiny charms. It was way more expensive. My nose is getting looking hella stuffy. One sec. Me. This was the charm clip. Nice. What was this clip? Yeah, shiny charms used to get up to like 600, 800k, man. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, we might not get a shiny boost this year during the Christmas event. I kind of hope not, honestly. I prefer like, the raw odds. I'm yapping today, bro. Today's stream recap going to be pretty long. The shop? Yeah. Shiny charms. Sorry if you missed like a quick section, but yeah, shiny charms would get up to 600, 800k, a million Pokeyen. So like, and people would credit card swipe. So like, before shiny charms were in the gift shop, people would credit card swipe in $10 and get 2 shiny charms, maybe like 3 to 4 max. Now, if you want a credit card swipe for charms, you can credit card swipe $10 and get 10 shiny charms. So the devs literally lost money. They lost money, but it's a way to have a consistent, healthy market. And that, yeah, it's crazy, man. Pass, dude. Wow, that is okay. There's probably not that. There's not that much, but it's like whatever is out there is like really interesting. It's really that is really fun, Shooty. That is cool. 80 is like the level you need for most raids. A few I try to get up to 100. Where get everything to 80 in my opinion, and then whatever you have extra time for, get to 100, right? But get to 80s. Get everything to 80 first. 80 is what you need for most things. It's only like Darkrai and stuff you need hundreds, and like the really high level raids you need hundreds for. Then you need hundreds for like Darkrai Heatran, you know, like super high level raids. All right, I have been live for almost 3 hours and I have not done my stretch break yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and go do that, boys. I'm gonna be right back. I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. Get your water break in, get a snack if you want to, get your stretch in. I'll be back in 5 minutes or so. Hey Leon, I really appreciate that, man. Don't worry about it. That's unironically, like, no worries, man. It's streams are fast paced. Sometimes we say things we don't mean as a chatter and as a streamer. I do it all the time. I totally get it. Don't worry about it. Much love to you. No worries, man. I don't want people to stress too much about, like, I don't want you to be losing sleep or like stressing about like or feeling bad, because I get it. It's not a big deal. Mistakes are always going to happen. Appreciate you like coming back and apologizing and just, you know, I don't even, yeah, much love to you, man. Dude, it is kind of crazy, Aaron. It is kind of crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna be right back. Yeah, no, it's an interesting dynamic, Aaron. I'm gonna be right back. I'll see you guys in 5 minutes. BRB. All right. Yeah, that's a good answer from Danny. Yes, amulet coin farming is generally a newer player money making method, which is why, you know, they're on the market, thankfully. But they're not great. That's why I try to recommend people to like move on from amulet coin farming pretty early. It really does not feel that great, but it's pure yen, which is nice early game. You know, you just set like pure yen, meaning like it's an item that you sell that sells really quickly. You don't have to price check it. Like, I think a big thing when you're new to PokeMMO, it's really nice to have money making methods that don't require price checking Pokemon. Because price checking Pokemon's hard, dude. When you're new, it's hard when you're not new. It's a hard skill to constantly do, and it's exhausting and requires like an understanding of the market. Like, it would be hard for me to go price check stuff right now because I'm not actively looking at the market all the time. So like, I'd have to like, I could still reverse price check obviously, but I would have a less understanding. We've talked about this a little bit, Dylan. I don't think it affects PokeMMO at all, at least right now. The thing you have to keep in mind is I think like we Googled it before. I think like 40% of games that enter development ever release. So the odds of that game ever releasing is very low. Not very low, but like less than it releasing. The odds of it competing with PokeMMO, you know, it's kind of like if you want to have it on your radar, sure. I don't want people to like I think it's an over anxiety thing, like a fear monger thing. Not that you're doing that, you're just asking a question, right? To like worry. I wouldn't worry about it, at least not yet. Maybe one day, but we don't know if it's an actual MMO. We don't know if it's, you know, people considered Gen 6 to be a multiplayer Pokemon game when that released. And that was just the reason it was multiplayer was because there was like Wonder Trade, and there was like a few like you could like see people on like Street View, on Street Pass. Remember, like on the 3DS, like that was like the multiplayer. Nintendo teased like huge multiplayer elements for Gen 6. Like what? Not really. Like what the fuck? Like what are you talking about? So we'll see, man. What percent would you say the Pumpkin boss is a Halloween event? It depends. It's kind of like saying like what percentage is shiny hunting to PokeMMO. It depends on how much you enjoy it, right? It depends on. It just depends, you know. Lame answer. I'm sorry. I think it shares an equal percentage. Now, I think every player should try to defeat the Pumpkin at least once. I talk about that in my beginner prep guide. It's really important to defeat the Pumpkin at least once on easy mode because you get that untradeable vanity that you get every year. What's the difference on your opponent between Pro Pokemon and PokeMMO? The difference between your... I'm not sure if I understand the question, so my apologies. Could you rephrase it, or... I'm sorry for not understanding. The only things you can say about the possibility of happening. Yeah, that's exactly. I think, and like I'm a worrier. I get it. I have, you know, not finally more amulet coins. Okay, that's a relief. I was getting really low amulet coins. There's this. I try to keep in mind when it comes to worrying about something. Sometimes we, as humans, we worry about something so much to where you literally get the equal level of pain worrying about something happening than if it were to actually happen. Does that make sense? So like, let's say you're worrying about you getting struck by lightning. That worry can become so intense that it literally is like the equal pain of actually getting struck. And then if you never get struck by lightning, you've gone through the same pain as if you were to get struck for no reason. And then on top of that, if you do get struck, now you've experienced double the pain for no, like, worrying is, it's a survival thing that we have in us, but it is literally one of the worst emotions, one of the most useless emotions, in my opinion, in modern day. Some people should worry about certain things. Like, you should be aware. You shouldn't worry about something more than like once a day for 5 minutes or once a week, or like, it's, you know, just it's tough. That's logically we know that to be the case, but how do we stop that? That's gotta go to therapy or some shit, bro. I don't know. That's the hard part, is how do you stop worrying? That's tough. Have 2 types of 9F games. Man, like, what is this? Have two type 9F games, PokeMMO and Pokemon Evolutions. Just want to know what the difference. I'm so sorry. I don't understand what you're... I'm really sorry. I don't mean to don't know if someone else in chat understands. That's my fault for not understanding. I apologize because I don't understand. That's my fault. I'm really sorry. I want to understand your question. Yeah, it's exactly Dodster. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Why would you do it? Yeah, a lot of people, I hear a lot of time people say like, oh, I hear all the time people saying that like back in 2015 they discovered PokeMMO, but they didn't play it because they were worried Nintendo would take it down, and now that person has missed out on all the joy. Like, you've missed out on all this fun because you were worried. That to me is like really, it's human. I'm not trying to shame that person. It's really sad. It's, you know, it's really sad. I hear like there's people in 2025 that say that, you know, and it's like, you got, you know, yeah, which like that's I would rather you share the story. Like, it's a really human experience. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just like, it's tough, you know. It's tough. Is there a general breaking detail to even train or to certain level thresholds? Ooh, there are. How do I? Ooh, price checking is really complicated. It really comes down to like everything matters, you know. The IVs, the exact IVs, the nature, the species, the gender, the particle effects, whether it's EV trained, like you said, what level it is, what it's going to be used for. Is it a breeder? Is it done? In terms of price checking, I just have my price checking guide. It's not the best answer, but I have my price checking guide, which I would recommend.
Yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski.
I'll link that, but it's a tough. It just takes time and experience and energy. There's not a perfect answer to price checking stuff, you know. Is Spidget still around? I gotta message Spidget on Discord. Where's he at? Spidget. Got a frisk, nice. I just messaged Spidget finally. Which is a form of worry? Like, there is an argument to worry is like a powerful thing and you can use it for good. I agree with that. You can use any emotion for, you can use anger for good. You can use any emotion for good. It's just, I think most people on average use worry not for bad, but most people on average have too much worry and it's not helping them. That's what I would say on average. You shouldn't ignore any emotion. Every emotion can be valuable. But I think most people, it's kind of like it's safe to say like we should all eat less sugar. And some people will say like, oh, well, what about people with diabetes? And what about like blah, blah, blah. And like sugar in small doses is actually really good for like energy levels. Yes, sugar, you know, sugar is fine in the right levels, but on average, we all, including myself, vehemently so, we all could probably eat less sugar. You know, that's kind of the meme. You know, does that make sense? Is that fair? Is that reasonable? Nope, Charles, you actually sound crazy. True. No one in chat based. Me talking to myself. I need to take the Amulet coin off of this. Beautiful, beautiful. What are we up to? 5 Amulet coins? Okay. That's something. That's really good progress. That actually makes me feel a lot better. Sorry, I'm messaging okay. So I'm messaging King Spidget about VGC stuff, seeing if he can chat for a bit. I think we're due for a shiny Ponyta. I think your mom is due for a... I want to say something really mean there. No, I don't want a fucking Ponyta. Shut up. Item magnet charms, I believe, are worth it. If you're playing efficiently, you should like outpace them, I believe. I could be wrong though. It's been a while. The last time I tested them, they were worth it. Does etch thing yes, it's actually like, okay, you have to not be in a fight. If you're in a gym fight, your timer will still tick down. But if you're not in a gym fight, yes, you can log out and your amulet coin time and like richest charm time will save. It's really fucking nice. Are you gonna open product as you go or for videos something like that? Ooh, it'll be a little bit here and there, Cardsy. Great question. I think I would like to save up a big stack. That'd be a lot of fun. The first few hours, maybe first few days, Cardsy, I'll probably open, you know, because I want to open as soon as possible on the Ironman account, you know. Maybe I'll even do like a compilation video of like every, you know, everything opened on the Ironman account, like every mysterious ball opened, that'd be kind of cool to like save every clip in a separate file. I'm gonna actually make those folders right now. Every mysterious ball opened during Halloween 2025. Every goodie bag flash pumpkin, or yeah, probably both in one video. Goodie bag opened in Halloween 2025. Good call. What's up, Onyx? Great question. What are the rules of the fashion contest? The rules are get drip, show up, get in line, hang out. It's really simple. It's the fashion contests are the ultimate, like, we're just here to have fun. I'm just here to like rate people's outfits. Basically everybody gets in a line at Celadon City and I go down the line. No cutting in line. That's like the really only rule is no cutting in line, or I will like purposefully not judge you. You'll have to watch the Iron Man progress episodes for that, Matismo. Sorry to do that to you, but that is one of the most important things, you know, covered in the series. Much love. Sorry to edge you like that. Just before it wasn't drippy enough. Fuck, that's yeah, I get that. Yeah, I think it's really cool. Pinja Ninja, great name. I think it's really cool that people can like start their Jimmy run, do 30 minutes of it before work, then go to work, do like 15 minutes at their lunch break if they wanted to, and then go home and do the other like 50. I think it's really important for people who work, you know, or do whatever, like being able to break up your Jimmy run is really important. Based sim, true. I'm not gonna play the glitch without it's like or. So great question. You have to lore encounter those Pokemon. It's a great question. You can actually Exceldor, any trade evo, so even things like Conkeldurr, right? Conkeldurr, Exceldor, there's a lot of trade evo mons like this. You can actually you single encounter them via lures. So yes, you can complete the Pokédex on an Ironman account without any trade evolutions. It's harder. That's part of the Ironman challenge. It's a bit harder, but you can do it, which is awesome. It's a great question. That was one of the first things we really explored on the Ironman account. When I made the Ironman account, I didn't know if completing the Pokédex was possible. We had to like see, you know? Dude, hey, that's fucking based in fair rapid, you know? Maybe if you're crazy enough, you could try to do them all at the same time. Maybe that helps a bit, you know? That'd be really mechanically hard. Plus you have to have 3 devices. That's really hard. That's faster than the main. Oh, well, the main account I didn't complete the dex until like 6,000 hours, because I didn't complete the dex until Johto was out. There wasn't a reason to complete the Pokédex for many years, so it's hard to tell, like, you know, on the main. Hey, that's so fair, dude. That's so fair. Are gym runs the second best way to make money? I think gym runs are like on average the best way to make money, for the best way to make money, not the best money per hour, if that makes sense. Jimmy runs are just really fucking good for the average player. Like, Jimmy runs are really good for almost every type of player. There's different gym runs you can do. It's consistent 300k or so pure Pokeyen in 1 hour every day. Like, Jimmy runs are so good for all types of players, right? Obviously there are money making methods that make more money per hour, that have higher potential, things like flipping, things like investments, things like you know, breeding for profit in certain markets, you know, but those require a lot more game knowledge versus, and they're less consistent. And yeah, but I'd say Jimmy runs are like the best money making method in the game for the average, on average, for the average player. They're not, you know, the most or whatever, right? Why do you say until? It's until. Why do I fuck your mom in the ass instead of the vagina? It's not get her pregnant. Why would you ask? You know, it's a pretty obvious question, dude. Come on. I finished the Kanto, Johto, and I'm at the E4 in Hoenn. Should I do Sinnoh or Unova now? Are there things worth getting pre-Halloween in Sinnoh? I think I just wouldn't worry about Sinnoh. Maybe Unova is really good. It's really powerful regen. Sinnoh sucks. Maybe I just hate Sinnoh. Wow, I just replied with the same cadence and the same tone that he did. That's all. I am a what's the word? In this stream, we fuck moms for slight rudeness. that's the reality, dude. I think that's fair. I think if you're gonna be slightly rude on the internet, I think your mom gets fucked. I think that's fair. I think that's literally like, you know, if you say something on the internet that you would never say to a person in real life, it's obviously rude and it's obviously socially unintelligent, I'm gonna fuck your mom, dude. That's the, you know, that's fair with consent. You know, I'm not a monster. Your mom just are priceless. Yeah, your mom usually has a price. Actually, that's you didn't deserve that one. I asked you to IRL also. You probably. Okay, don't make me, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm reformed. What's your chat history? The good thing we delayed the update and then never came. Maybe that was a positive thing. It literally said Xmas 2024 update in the new Mac update post ... You have a history of being condescending. Bro typed the ellipsis. They literally said Xmas 2024 update in the Mac update post ... You're welcome. Bro typed you're welcome. I just want horde update. You are consistently condescending. Why, Turboed? I believe in you, okay? I believe in your reform. You're a king and a scholar. You're not wrong or a bad person. You just have slightly harsh speaking skills over text. That's it. It's like the least crime. It might be the smallest crime in the world, okay? It's still a crime. Not really. It's a social crime, okay? Free audit? True. I'm just straightforward, dog. People with low emotional intelligence be like, I'm just brash. I'm just a straight shooter. People with little emotional intelligence who've never had a long-term girlfriend be like, I just tell it how it is. Some people refer to me as a sarcastic asshole. I'm a frequenter on r/ you know, any Reddit. So, I'm being a little harsh on you now, but it's I gotta raise the mirror to you a little bit, bro. Like it's not a good, you're not saying good stuff. Like, I'm sorry, but you gotta raise the mirror at one point and be like, hey man, like maybe the way you're acting is what causes people to not want to be around you. I'm sorry, but like I am cooking you up a little bit, but like, yeah, tips for, but like it's an important, and to be fair, not everybody aims for emotional intelligence. Maybe you don't give a shit. Maybe you don't want emotional intelligence. That's honestly fucking bad. I am coming to the realization that not everybody wants what I consider to be virtuous things. I was having a discussion with someone about PokeMMO the other day, and they were like, their argument was, you only disagree with me because you, how do I phrase this without making I'm gonna make it anonymous, okay? Someone's argument was, you don't have my position because you haven't spent thousands of hours doing this specific thing that I do. But like, that's not even, that's okay. Their argument was, because you're not, let's do a different, they basically were like, you literally only disagree with me because you don't have the same experience as me, which, if you don't know, is an appeal to authority. It's a logical fallacy, because then that person cannot be proven wrong. It's an unattackable argument, right? It'd be the equivalent of like, imagine if I was arguing with someone and I was like, you literally just don't understand this because you don't have 10,000 hours in PokeMMO. That'd be a bad argument. It'd be really stupid. It would be a bad argument, right? And I would have deep problems with that argumentation. And I basically asked this person, are you okay with the fact that you have an argument that cannot be proven wrong? You have a cyclical argument where like you can never be disproven. And they were basically like, yes, I don't care. I will die on this hill. And I have to realize, like, not everybody, most humans don't care about being right. Most humans don't care about having the most logical position. They literally just like attach to something emotionally and stick to that in the face of, it doesn't matter how much evidence, it doesn't matter any art. Like, it's a really important thing to learn when you're having a debate or argument, or people hate those words to be semantic, a disagreement with someone. You have to ask them, what would it take to change your mind? And they should have an answer. They should. There should always be something that should change your mind. But if there's not, that means that person is illogical. That means that person is not trying to get better. They're on their own pursuit. And I kind of respect that to some extent, but I think it's also really concerning and worrisome and like really, really dangerous. It's a really dangerous thought process that leads to most of the dangerous problems in the world, I would argue. It's kind of dramatic, but thought process is really important, man. Like, the problem is if one of your positions, you kind of learn, like, in philosophy, if one of your positions can't be founded, all of your positions are fucked. If you cannot justify a single one of your positions, it probably means that you aren't grounded and you don't have a thought process, and that you have to restart from scratch. If you cannot justify one position, every position that you have it's like a spider web. I think a lot of humans, if you ask them their opinions on this and this and that and blue and orange and green, they think of them as singular, separated things. If I ask you, what do you think of this? You go, oh, what do I think of that? Okay, I think this of that. Versus a logical thought process is, oh, what do I think of this? Well, I think of this for that and that for this, and when it comes to this and thing in relation, I do this to this. So with all of those things in mind, that means that this should be this. Every thought process, every opinion is like a spider web. Every opinion interacts with another, and they all affect each other. But most people's opinions just come from their feelings and how they feel at the time on the whim. They don't factor in anything. And it's been a really crazy thing for me to like come to terms. It sucks. I don't know. It just sucks. It explains baseball based. How do I explain baseball? Oof. Anyways, this or that, I don't know. Yeah, true based. I didn't realize. It makes it, you know, it's important to know who you're arguing against and what people's goals are. Not everybody's goal is being the most right or being the most people's isn't, and that's like a tough thing to accept. Baseball, for the rules were made on a whim like by children. I don't know if I agree with that, but it's funny. Stuff like PokeMMO. There's the PokeMMO Hub cosmetic helper, which is really good. My goal is rage baiting 80% of the time. I mean, that's like, if you're honest about your goals, that's what's, you literally can do no wrong. As long as you're honest about your goals up front, based, you know? Giga Chad, one might say. If I'm going to argue with someone, my goal is to come to the most correct position, number one. Number two, strengthen my argument. It's number two, like number three, I would do kind of the same thing, like develop more arguments against theirs. But it's also like number one is like I would switch positions if I'm wrong. Like it's like but a lot of people like a lot of people are never going to switch. And I didn't realize people actually existed like that. I don't know. I thought it was like a meme. I thought it was like cartoons. Because that would, I couldn't sleep at night. I literally could not sleep at night if I knew that there was like, or like, let me call it, it's okay to have some positions you won't. I try to like, okay. It's okay to have non-serious positions that you will never move from, right? I hate League of Legends. I don't care how much people show me or try to prove to me it's a balanced or good game. I hate League of Legends to an illogical degree. I am never going to admit that I like that League of Legends is a good game. So I tell people that up front because I'm not. That's you know, that's my illogical position. Same with like Hearthstone being a competitive game. There's a few things like that. It's okay to have valid. Thank you. It's okay to have extreme positions that you will never budge on. But I'm hoping those are on like funny stuff like video games or like food. If you hate olives, and then hopefully you tell people up front. You're not like arguing with someone for 2 hours and then like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm never changing my position. Like I'm never like, you gotta know that up front. Oh, the One Piece rant is coming. No. No. Nobody, I always say, nobody hates League of Legends more than League players. 1000%. Holy shit. Nobody hates League more than League players, which is kind of poetically tragic. Being a League player is my least favorite disability. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not. Wait a minute. It's playing baseball, a sport where the goal is to do nothing. Bro, did anybody watch the Mariners Blue Jays game last night? That game was fucking intense as shit. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I love all sports. Call me a loser and a simp. I feel like if you explain to me the rules and teach me any sport, bro, I will fall in love with any sport in an hour. Loser and a simp? Okay, valid. Sports are so... I was literally like watching the... And I'm a Mariners fan in proxy because Rumel is a very big Mariners fan and I love him. That game was so intense and I was so sad. Shout out to the Mariners. I'm so fucking sad they lost. And I'm not even a Mariners fan and it was like heartbreaking. I love an underdog. Yeah, man. Sports are fucking awesome. I actually feel like you don't have to like sports. I totally get that. They're not physical movement of the body. It's like, you know, not everybody relates to that. It's not for everybody. But I hope everybody can understand sports. Because sports are actually so... Most people that are into sports aren't the most emotionally intelligent on average, not, you know, and don't always know how to express their love for sports and why they love it. But fuck, man. The Galtis, they're coming back this Saturday, man. This Saturday is a fashion contest. Sports are like the epitome, the most rawest form of human competition. It reminds me so much of like the fucking Coliseum days. Like it is truly people, it is passion. If you've ever cared about anything in your whole life, if you've ever cared about being the best, if you ever wanted to like be really good at something and like dedicate your life to a goal and like sports is all of that. It is so fucking beautiful, man. Sports is watching people's life come to fruition. Sports is watching people's dreams be crushed. It's the most it's one of the most emotional things. Sports are just like drama movies, like, or drama, like it's a drama. Like sports are so intense, dude. Sports are literally just drama. What's like soap operas for boys. 1000%. And I no disrespect. It's fucking beautiful, but it's real. It's also real. It's so, God, sports are so good. butt fucked, man. I do say that a lot. I do, yeah. Sports are so amazing, man. I get if they're not your cup of tea, but I hope we can all empathize. That's the, like, I'm talking any sport. Like, I fucking love ping pong. Marty Supreme might be my most anticipated movie of the year. It is so up my fucking alley, dude. Marty Supreme is literally Whiplash, but for ping pong. It's literally all about, like, I love the pursuit of a niche. It's kind of what I do in my life. I am on the pursuit of a very niche thing. If you can walk up to the average person and say, hey, what do you think about PokeMMO? They'll be like, what drug is that? What are you on? What are you talking? What the fuck is that? What are you talking about? PokeMMO is a very niche thing, but there is no shame in loving a niche thing. If you love football, if you love basketball, you know, people will cheer you on and they'll get it. PokeMMO is the same thing as any passion, as any, and it's, I love that we're in a world where people can pursue their niche passions more than ever. I think it's a beautiful thing, man. It gets me all gushy. That is crazy, man. That's awesome. Good for you, Ghoul. Fucking hell yeah, dude. Congrats. So I think you said it was your first time in stream. Welcome, dude. Welcome. Ever heard about the game The Witcher 3? Yes, of course. I've never been able to. I have a really hard time sitting down and playing The Witcher 3. I don't know. I love Skyrim. I feel like usually people either love one or the other. Some people like both, but like, Witcher 3 and Skyrim are very similar games, but very different. They're both open world medieval fantasy RPGs, right? But Skyrim is like a self-insert. The storyline in Skyrim is like fine. It's not that amazing. Skyrim's a self-insert. You put yourself and you build your own character. The Witcher 3, you're fucking, what's his name? You're the guy. You're what's his name? The Witcher 3 main character. And because of that, because you're the guy, Geralt, right? Because you're the guy, there's like more of a story that you can connect to some extent. And yeah, but if you don't connect with Geralt, you can't, it's hard to get into The Witcher. So like I'd rather play a game where it's open, like I'm the character. Maybe it's my fucking cringe main character complex. But when I'm playing a video game, I want to be the main character. So not always, but to some extent, you know? They name him Geralt. It's like Geralt or whatever. Geralt de Rivia. Geralt from Rivia, yeah. I hard prefer the self-insert of Skyrim versus the on the tracks of Witcher. No disrespect to Witcher 3. That's just personal preference, but I've had a hard time. I want to give it more of a shot and get more into it. Watch all the recaps, dude. I'm fucking honored. That's such an honor to hear, man. Call him Jared. you know Jared from The Witcher 3. I have one shiny. I watched live Uncle Teddy. Dude, hell yeah, dude. That's what I like. The shout outs to your friends, dude. Wholesome. Yeah, I really like character creation. I really like, yeah, dude, for sure. That's crazy. That's really rare, Ghoul. That's awesome. Don't want to be Mario? I unironically don't like Mario games, but not because I don't think they're bad. They're just not for me. I find Mario games really boring, man. I'm sorry. I don't. And it's not just, I like platformers. I do think platformers have not aged amazing. I think platformers, not all of it, depends. But like a lot of old school platformers, I say like I love Spyro, okay? Spyro is an amazing, beautiful, aesthetically, like in the vibes. Spyro's a beautiful game, but I encourage you, if you haven't, I played Spyro from scratch in like 2023 or 2024 or some shit, right? If you haven't played it in a while, go try. Like, it's a little, Spyro is not as engaging as it used to be because we're used to more activity and more stimulation, you know? Now, I think collectathon platformers have not aged amazingly because they're not that stimulating. They're not bad. I think pretty much every collectathon platformer has gone down about a letter grade, right? If Spyro was A tier back in when it released, it's probably about a B tier now. It's not bad, but it's gone down a little bit. Having like 1 or 2 beers while playing Spyro, that's the GOAT. Now, if that's SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom on a fucking shot or two, like that's now we're cooking. Those are honestly, turn your brain down a little bit. Those are the perfect games to have a beer or two and replay as an adult, that's honestly a lot of fun in my opinion. Don't go crazy, but like, I've tried to play ukulele and I just find it boring. I have not really. I love Banjo-Kazooie. It's really sad. I really have a hard time getting into it. I find it really unengaging and kind of lacking the same true appeal that play D&D. I played D&D a few times. I played Pathfinder a time or two. I really like tabletop RPGs, but it's really hard to find I've never found a good group that I really connect with. I've not found a group that works with me for D&D. I've only played D&D probably I've probably played tabletop RPGs 5 or less times in my life, and I've had some of the worst streaming matches with friends over because I get fucking pissed. Because I will sit there, I'm the guy, I like playing charismatic characters in RPGs, especially D&D. I will sit there and write a 3-paragraph notepad document speech about what I'm gonna say to the upcoming Goblin King, and then the fucking dungeon master will be like, he hears you out and says no, and like, that's okay to some extent, that's fine, but can I get, like, I don't know, it tilted the fuck out of me that like I would put in the effort. And I hate what's so cool about Dungeons & Dragons is that it is the most open, free thing possible. And what fucking irks me is how many people, it makes me so mad, how many people play D&D like it is a fucking on the rails damage dealing spreadsheet. It's fucking infuriating. There are way too many, sorry, I'm cracking a little bit. There are way too many type A people that play D&D, and it drives me fucking crazy because they just want to go to combat, they want to maximize damage, they want to not variate from I head to the tavern and I ask for any rumors around town, and they go, there's no rumors. What do you mean there's no rumors? What are you talking about? If I go to a tavern IRL, there's rumors. What do you oh my god, being a DM is really hard. There's a reason why there are like full-time Dungeons and Dragons DMs, okay? It's really hard. But fuck, man, I've had so many bad experiences where DMs are like, nothing happens. There's no rumors in town. Go back to your quest. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to go to the main quest. I want to go fuck MILFs in D&D, or fucking like find a gold coin that turns me into a worm, or I want to go do funny shit. I want to go do cool shit, man. I want to make shit on the fly, bro. I want to fuck, man. I get really mad. Type A ruined video games. I think that's too harsh. I love my Type A kings, my spreadsheet. I would not get as much done. I would not have as much progress. It's a fine line. We need 50% Type A gamers and 50% Type B. And I do feel like we are leaning more Type A. But also, Type A is a fucking superpower. As a Type B'er, you know? For those who don't know, Type A is just generally someone who's a little more like logically orientated and like very like spreadsheet, like min-maxing all the time. Versus Type B is a little more go with the flow and fucking like careless, and you know, so for the general definitions, or for those who don't know. You want both, man. You want like, I need the Type A kings to balance out my Type B peasantry. You know, you need both. Like, it's not like you need both. I do think that. Also, there's literally zero things wrong with being Type A. 0 things wrong with being Type B. What is the problem is Type A people who constantly try to make others Type A. That is the worst. It's the Type A people who are like, didn't I see you wear that shirt 2 days ago? There's no way you cleaned it in time. Didn't you? We're at a new restaurant and you're ordering the same thing? That's weird. These are like not great examples, but like, Patrouski, I noticed that you are you're actually not sweet sending very quickly. Are you like, do you like not really care about your progress? Or Patrouski, I noticed that I seem to have noticed, you know, like now, and sometimes those, it's the fine line of like, what's a good piece of advice to give, and knowing when to give advice is really hard. It's a huge skill, man. It's really tough. I don't think I have. I've seen a lot of Key and Peele sketches, but not that one. I don't think. Maybe I have. No, maybe I actually watched. I've been watching a fair bit of Key and Peele recently. I noticed you talk on stream.
Yeah, like that's me at work with a notepad full of raid Pokemon strats. There's nothing wrong. Like that's awesome. Like there's nothing wrong. It's literally just, yeah. Yes, the only min-maxing is nice in-game name Pal World, bro. Min-maxing is awesome because people min-max. I can take elements of their min-max and their strategies and get to the percentage that I want. You know, like min-maxing is amazing. People who find strategies are the hardest working kings. I love type A. I love it, right? It's beautiful. But it is really frustrating when someone backseats. It's like the type A plus trying to get everyone else to be that's what's frustrating. There are certain people who like they feel it's kind of human. As a human, you don't like seeing other people in pain. So you might see a new player doing something very inefficient and you're like fighting the urge to tell them like not to do it. And it depends. Sometimes it all depends on how you word it, you know, or your progress. Yeah. If you're like, hey man, I don't mean to overstep, but I did notice you're doing this thing. Just so you already know, this is actually much faster. You'll save a lot more time if you do this. Sorry if you already know this. Like I don't mean to like, you know, backseat, but just wanted to make sure. Like that's like, it takes more effort to do that, you know, which is why yeah. When's the MMO patch with the Tavern MILFs devs? Bro, we gotta be rioting for there we go. Yes, qualifying is the most powerful thing you can fucking do. It's like it's so good. You can pretty much say almost anything if you qualify. Not really, but like it's really powerful. It lets people know that you are thinking about like, hey, I don't mean to, you know. It's really, really powerful. I always got players like that when I did raids, and I don't want to do them again. Raids sucks. It's tough with raids are tough. You don't need perfect mods to do raids. The stats you need on raid Pokemon are actually like not that. You don't need anything crazy. I haven't randomly queued enough. I'm sure there are some people who blame people for not beating a raid, where sometimes bad RNG just happens, or like, you know, even if it was blatantly someone's fault you lost a raid, you probably shouldn't tell. Like you could be like, hey man, like you did a great job. Compliment sandwich. Hey man, you did a great job. I did notice that you're running a Dragonite in this raid. It's not very good, you know. Next time, if you can afford it or can pick one up, I would try to get like a Ninetales, you know. Like I think that's fine. It all depends on how it's said. You don't need, yeah, you can do raids with 20 plus attack and 20 plus speed and like a nature. Like you don't need a crazy setted mon for raids. You just need the right mons. Having like you would rather have 6 Pokemon with 15 plus in IVs and like the correct natures that are the correct Pokemon versus 6 randomly powerful Pokemon that aren't good in raids, like Dragonite, Gengar maybe, like you versus like Scizor. It depends. Scizor can be good. Like you'd rather have 6 correct mons than 6 5 times 31 correct nature mons. Like having the right species is so important for raids. And there is a certain self-responsibility. If you solo queue up for raids, please don't queue up with like your storyline team. It's rude. It's rude and it's negligent. You should not be. I feel the same way with like League of Legends and Overwatch. I hold myself to too high of a standard. I don't expect that for everybody, but when you're queuing up for a game like League, for a game like Overwatch, you are basically saying, hey, I'm signing up to try my best and like be good to my team and like do the best I can do to win. Now, if you've ever played these games, a lot of people don't do this. You know, like you're signing a social contract when you sign up for raids, being like, I'm gonna try my best. I am prepared to some extent. You should not be, I'm sorry if this is harsh, you should not be solo queuing raids with an unprepared team, because now you're wasting 3 other people's time. You should have that self-awareness built into you, but some people don't. You have to tell them, you know. I probably am gonna end in like 1 second red. That's like terrible timing. I'm so sorry. I've been live for 3 hours and 40 minutes or so, and I'm trying to chill out a bit, but I have some other stuff to do. I want to talk to Spidget, but I think our time is not gonna. I think I'll have to talk to him tomorrow if possible. All right. All right, on that note, I think I am going to go ahead and call it there. I feel like we made some really good progress today. We talked a lot today in the stream recap. I hope you guys enjoyed as per usual. Like the video if you did, dislike if not, that's okay. I want your genuine feedback. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos. I do upload every single day. Follow me on Twitch, usually for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET, but you've already seen my updated schedule for this next week, or, you know, next 2 weeks, I guess. Discord's down below if you're interested in that. I actually, you know, I'll do a special shout out. Joining the Discord during event season is so powerful, and I always say you can literally join my Discord for event season and leave after. Like, you don't, I'm not, more people being in my Discord doesn't really help me. I mean, it's cool, but it's for you guys. I want you guys to get, it's a tool. My Discord is a tool by the community, for the community. Call outs there, finding teammates for raids, strategies for the live strategies for the pumpkin boss, and for other things being developed in live time. My Discord is one of the best resources in PokeMMO for the event season. No, like, not trying to shill. It's just you guys make it that resource. So check out my Discord if you want to. Link down below. If you want to go above and beyond and support the content, YouTube memberships, Twitch primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal and Venmo donations allow me to be here. You guys allow me to be here. Thank you so much. Have a great day. I will see you guys later. I'll see you tomorrow for another exciting day, and I can't wait for VGC, guys. I'll see you later. Peace, Areno. Woo! I'm tired. I yapped a lot today, I feel like. Woo! It was fun, man. The star is a fashion contest, for those who missed that. The star is fashion. There's a scheduled stream for it. Ooh, all right, I'm gonna go do the recap. I'm gonna do some other things. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. I'm gonna raid. Stick around for a few minutes if you don't mind. If you can go raid someone on Twitch, it's always nice to go, you know, raid a smaller streamer or an up and coming streamer, or Spidget, Cat W. Spread some love, spread some smiley faces, make someone's day really quick with a nice big fat raid. Really nice way to support smaller streamers. Maybe you'll find a streamer that you fucking love. You know, that's the real meme. This guy Miro, for example, this guy has been grinding super hard. He's been streaming really actively. He's very chill. I like him. He just got a shiny apparently. Go check him out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace, Reno.